And welcome everyone to the review of the Toronto Defiant against the Houston Outlaws. So, Defiant didn't look too hot this week. I'm not sure why, because they had a really good start to the season. And this was, of course, played on the Houston Outlaws' home ground. Both these teams had lost a match in the prior day. Defiant against the Rain. And the Outlaws, who did they lose to? I'm not sure. But they got beat quite convincingly, I'm pretty sure. So both these teams were looking to redeem themselves. And let's see how the Outlaws won their first game of the season. Which was a shocker, because if the Outlaws were going to win, pretty sure most people expected them to win their first match this weekend. And not this one. But Defiant looked very shaky this weekend. They kept playing their signature dive strat on most maps, but they looked a lot shakier than they usually did. So let's see why that was. And as we talk about that, on this first map, they didn't actually play their signature dive comp, right? They played this comp, which the Rain had played them in the previous day when they played dive comp on this map. So it's very strange to see the Defiant swap up their strat from one day to the next one. Maybe they didn't want to be too predictable, or maybe they just thought the Rain strat was really good. Pretty sure the Rain did play it with a Brig, so it's not the exact same strat. But I could be wrong on that. Anyway, you have the Outlaws going for a rush comp. Maybe because they expected dive and thought the rush comp would be really good into it instead of like a more traditional May Creek comp. But I feel this actually works into the Outlaws' advantage anyway, because this is a heavy spam comp. So if you go a normal comp into that, you don't have too much cover on this map, and the Outlaws could kind of just sit and force the enemy team to push into them. Or I mean, the Defiant could sit, force the enemy team to push into them. But now the Outlaws have a very heavy rush comp. So hopefully they can create big plays. And especially Moira's good here, because there's no Diva to eat the Moira healing or damage orbs. And I think that's very strong. That's where Moira shines, when there's no Diva on the enemy team. So let's see how this goes. But I think this match is also like a very good introduction to the hero pool bans, because in the second half of this match, a lot of characters were played that aren't banned next week, like Sama, like Doomfist, right? Okay, so let's see how the Outlaws set this up. I think they rotate around, they pull a strat from the Defiant here, and they leave Linkser, and they're going to make the enemy team rotate into Linkser. So this is already a very good setup. Now they just need to connect at the same time, right? So let's see what happens. They go in hard, as you can see. Moira Ball comes out. There's no Matrix to eat the Moira Ball, right? Very important. And then Linkser pops out at the same time as the team's going in, so nobody's looking at Linkser. So great setup. Yesterday from the Defiant, we saw that they didn't connect as well with this, and that their Reaper and Genji went first. Good wall here. But Linkser's on the flank. Linkser takes out Kareem before he can put his immortality field down. So that's very big, right? Let's see why Kareem could not put the immortality field down. Starts healing up the team. He heals himself too, I think, and then he wants to put it down. But Linkser's last shot does over 100 damage. So very nice flank from Linkser. I love that strat, where you push the enemy team into your Reaper by rotating. Because the Defiant knows that they won't win the close-up fight, so they have to rotate away. Outlaws catching them is very strong. And Chaos ensues, right? Muma gets pulled off the map somehow. So that might bring it back here for Defiant. I don't feel like you should be I feel like you should always like keep committing here, especially when they're in the rank. So I'm not sure how he got booped off the map. he like just walks to the side a little bit randomly. Gets pulled. That just seems like a misposition to me. I feel like you'd want to be here if you want to shield right, because the Moira's gonna pop out here soon. Not sure why he walked to the side. And Logic kills, Elixir kills Logic because Logic didn't have the flashbang anymore from the earlier altercation there. And then the Ryan's dead, but still Outlaws are very passive. They're 1 up right now. Elixir finally gets dealt with. Good wall from Agilities. And I feel like as... Oh my god, they booped Nivik. Jaxa, you're a god. Anyway, I feel like as the Defiant, this is what you want. You want these fights to go really long. You don't want the Outlaws to like kill you straight away like they kind of did. But then Mumai got pulled off the map. So that could straighten it up. But overall, like Outlaws wants these fights to be really quick. They won't win long fights. And Defiant wants these fights to be really drawn out because there's so much more spam, right? Okay. Walks on point. Nice wall. To get the point. I feel like Beast probably could have waited for the regroup there. But again, this is Outlaws' spawn. But I'd have to go over the bridge to go back. It's so confusing when you have the Defiant here in the corner. But this is actually the Outlaw spawn. Because they have to rotate around away from the Outlaws. Jaxa overextends and dies, but he fragged earlier, so it's all fine. I respect it. I respect the hustle. Then Raucous Coals, because again, Outlaws knows we need to take these fights really quickly. We need to be aggressive. We need to go fast. Preferably they put the Mei wall here and not here. But did it block off Kareev? Is that why they used it like that? Come in. Jaxa does die. Abilities. Jumped a little bit. More ult comes out. Kareev walks forward. And what? Kareev? Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute, Twitch chat.
I could use some help.
I can't chat. Well, thank you for being here anyway, Kate. Wait a minute. Was he trying to save Kellex for that? He just like went for it, bro. He's like, I don't care about my own life. As long as Kellex lives, give him this lamp. And then Kellex doesn't even get inside of the lamp. Oh no. I mean, I'm pretty sure even if he lamped himself, that he would have just been pushed. But the owl emotes don't work? Why not? That's very strange. Kate just said I can't chat, but now she's chatting. Messed up. Thank you for the follow. Airy Nation. Hope I didn't butcher your name, but I am very good at that. Anyway. Defiant swapped to the more traditional comp, right? Because I felt they went that comp because I'm not sure actually. I think they expected Outlaws to just go to normal Mei Kree comp. And they felt their comp was stronger at like the long ranges of the map. But Outlaws actually kind of kicked the counter comp from the very start. So now Defiant steps back, right? The D.Va's very strong against the Moira, like I've said earlier. And Deanna works really well at the D.Va, right? They're also coming in with a little more ults now. So this is all good for Defiant. Having the Mei ult is strong. Love your content. Thank you very much. We are here to educate. Okay. So again, like all these Mei matchups are all about like these walls, right? And Agilities really needs to like be next to Beast to be able to counter this wall. Like you can't have your Mei split from your Ryan because this is disastrous, right? Like if your Mei is on this side, then she can just wall in front of you But now the May's on the other side, so Beast is gonna get fucked like so hard. Like he's so dead. I've never seen anyone as dead as this guy right here. Oh my god, he's not dead. How is he not dead? Where are you, Linkser? Linkser's on the flank. You're not a Kree, Linkser. You need to kill the Reinhardt. He gets, they get naded. Beast gets heal naded. The Matrix comes in, but he's still frozen. The defensive. Thanks for the follow resist, Blizz. The defensive mailed comes in for agilities. Let's see how that went, because I feel like he got chunked that in. Oh, Meko slept. Oh, so Meko gets slept, and that's why he can mail it for free. That is a very sad story. Oh, when's he gonna wake up? Okay, not in time. Wow. The sleep on Meko's pretty clutch there. And then Muma's just gonna die now, because Mail's kinda nasty with it.
Boosters engaged.
That did not go as I think it would go. Thought it would go. But I mean, your Reaper's your main damage, right? So when he is not in position to damage on the wall, you're gonna lack a lot of that damage. Especially because you also do not have the animate to really follow up. And it was like a really good Matrix from Nevix flying over the wall. Fight's over. I wonder if Outlaws is gonna swap now. Probably not, because they have so many ults coming up. But I feel like the Reaper doesn't... Like, the Reaper is great against, like, the dive comp, right? That the Defiant played yesterday. Because Reaper kind of eats Monkey. He eats Monkey alive. But Reaper is very weak against Kree and Diva. That's why normally you won't play Reaper as much. But now he's close to ult, so maybe that's why he wants to stay. Also, if you're playing the Kree, you kind of want the Ana too. The Reaper synergizes better with the Moira for sure. Thank you for the follow, Yasu. What are your thoughts about Defiant playing Logix on Koff and Surefour and other nodes? Is it good, but like A10 and Jonah, or do you prefer one player? I think Logix is the better mechanically skilled player on McCree, which is why they might be putting him in on the Koff maps, because they tend to prefer to play the Sombra on all the other modes, specifically on 2CP, hybrid maps, and I think they really like Surefour's flexibility, so it makes a lot of sense to me. It's just rough when Logix is only in for one map and he might be really nervous because then he has to win that one map, you know? It hasn't worked out for them in the past. I think it worked out for them in this series because Logix won the first map, but then Surefour came in and they lost the rest. But I do not like player swaps when you're just going to play the same strategy with the other player. But I do like them when you're playing a different strategy, right? Surefour comes in and he plays the Sombra and leads the team. I think is very strong. And then Logix playing the Kree also makes sense, right? So it's like, it's not like they're doing the same thing with Surefour as they are doing with Logix. It's not like the Houston swap, which they stopped this weekend, of course. But it's not like you put Ruckus and Repel both on Ana. And just having Logix in for the mechanical McCree, you know, which 3 is very impactful on Koff because there's a lot of small flanks you can take, and if you click the heads, you can carry fights. And then Surefour in on the Sombra because he's more of a leader role in that team, I believe. So yeah, I think it makes sense. Okay, so again, great roll from agilities here. Also, like this time though, you see. Let's see what happens. Didn't really catch it all. We play it back.
Routing power.
You see,
Forward shield.
again, Outlaws is to go really aggro because they have the Reaper. Reaper only good at close range, so they want to go like really hard. Well, Defiant can play more passive because they have the Kree, better at long range, right? So Outlaws come in with a very aggressive wall. I like this wall because it splits off healing from frontline. It could have been a little more clean on Beast. If you can wall agilities here too, that's like an insane wall, right? Because then agilities can't counter wall. But now, because agility is on the same side of the wall as Beast, which I was talking about earlier, right? He gets to counter wall it. Good counter wall. And then this is pretty hard for the Outlaws to break because Linker's actually TPing in and he's not able to break the wall right here. So the Moira ult's kind of getting blocked right now. Uma jumps over, but there's no Mei on this side. So like, this is why counter walling can be really strong too, right? You don't always need to aggressive wall, especially when you're a more passive team. Also, they nanoed Logix while there was a wall in front of his face. But, like, this counter wall is very effective, right? Links your TP's in, but agility's just gonna freeze him.
Ain't no stopping me.
Hammer down!
Beast goes in for the shatter. Oh my god, Muma got hit by that? What is your opinion on the current OD meta with Orisa, Mei, Hanzo, Batman? Is the OD meta different from the Alban meta? That is very strange. Well, if Lucio Moira is available, then I definitely say Ryan Diva, Lucio Moira, and then with Mei ban, it's a little bit weird. I guess you go Doomfist or Reaper Doomfist. Probably Reaper Doomfist. I don't know how Muma doesn't block that.
Let's see you get past this.
Like, is he fire striking? What is happening?
Ain't no stopping me.
Fire strike, so he has the shield, and he holds the shield, but I guess the shatter goes under the shield because he's on top of the stairs. You know what? That's kind of bullshit. I feel for Numa on that one. He was holding a shield, right? It's not like he dropped it. I think. There's no reason to drop it there, so I assume he held it and the shatter went under the shield. Because it can do that sometimes. That is kind of bullshit sometimes. And then hydration forces ult. Nevix with the team, so he eats it. But this is all like, what the Defiant want, right? And I really feel like the Outlaws could even circumvent all this forcing by just like kind of creating all this space and then sending their diva point and then just chilling a little bit. Because the enemy team has to go point. And at that point, you can push them. Like, they forced the nano. I don't know why they keep going so hard. Like, you're going to win the long fight, of course. But if the enemy team's in a corner like this, you know. Oh, and Muma gets booped off the map. Oh, no, that's the second time. The bomb comes in, they beat, they shield it. Blood exalts, but as I said, right, the Reaper is very bad against the Diva and the Kree. He just gets stunned out. Shift. He's charged his point. He kept that. Fight's lost at that point. Like, you've lost your main tank. Oh, and the charge keeps ticking for Defiant here. Oh, they woke up Lixer. What? What? Did you guys see that pin? What? Wait a second. Wait a minute. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this pin in slow motion. I don't understand.
I can't hold
Elixir gets slipped. Beast wants to pin. Beast goes for a pin. He gets booped. With Elixir, like the boop. Okay, the boop comes in from Jexay, who tries to save Elixir. Ends up hitting Elixir. And Agility's walls. So the wall. What? He's on top of the wall and he still dies. Wait a minute. I don't understand. Okay. Boop. Okay, so Calyx also boops Elixir away. So Calyx here is screwing over his team. But then Beast gets booped into Elixir. And then, oh, he hits the wall before the actual May wall goes up. So it's not actually like he pinned into the May wall. Wait, let's watch this again. Wait a second. I am so confused at this interaction of plays. Elixir gets slapped. He's a free kill if they can just charge him. But then Calyx decides to boop away Elixir, who gets woken up. Then Jexay boops Beast into Elixir. And then Elixir dies. And I'm not even sure if it's toward the real wall or if it's because of the May wall. Is it because of the May wall? Yes, it is because of the May wall. What? Okay. Well, that was a very strange round of plays right there. But Momo's back now. Beast gets healed up by Karib, who's kind of free healing over here. And Anna's really good on this map, just because she can kind of just sit here with her Kree. You know, heal the people on point. Very strong. Warrior can't do the same. She obviously needs to be in the fray. Uma gets frozen again. Nano boost comes out. And Nano boost is such a good ability. Like, especially when the enemy Ryan doesn't have Shatter. You're so free to swing. And even when he has Shatter, a good Ryan can still block it while he's Nano boost. Like, Nano boost is so good. I feel like 90% of why Anna's played over Baptiste is just because the Nano's so good. I mean, you charge it so fast, too. Okay. Outlaws, again, come out. They swap to the Kree at this point, but they're still playing Moya. So they're still playing this kind of rushy comp. Kree, for some reason, is holding really close. He's gonna die here, likely. Oh, Kree, you're 1 HP. Jexay misses shots. The Diva Bomb comes out. Kree lives somehow. And then Meko and Lincer died to this bomb. That was a really good bomb from him. But I don't understand how Karib lives there. Like, what is happening? The one, Lincer goes for flank. Agilities is sitting there. They miss. He walks past Agilities. Okay, at least nothing happened. Then, wall comes out. Karib takes a hit. Needs to nade. Being ulted. Does Meko just not have flight? Oh, he doesn't have it. Okay. Hey, Gwyn, man. How are you doing, man? Gwyn, man. And then the wall comes out. Okay. So Meko didn't have flight to chase down that kill. Normally, Divas are like really looking for this sort of thing. Where somebody's low HP, you can like go into the Matrix and the rockets to assassinate him. Jexay tries it. Doesn't work out. Diva Bomb comes out. Elixir splits off from his team. Him and Meko get hit by it. Oof. Oh, and then the Mayo comes out too. Oh wow, what a bunch of retakes for Defiant. Like, this just shows how good Kree is against Reaper and how good this comp is against the Rush comp. Especially because the Ana and the Kree can just like sit somewhere, deal out a bunch of DPS, and the enemy team needs to push into you. Wins out. You've been good. How have I been? I've been pretty good. Very, very busy, but keeping busy is good in my book. It means you're doing something. Okay. So, again, very different comp stuff. We saw this Defiant comp yesterday, right? Or like the day before this match was played. Obviously not yesterday, because there were no matches yesterday. But, they've got the Doomfist Zarya combo, and they're looking to you know, bubble in the Doomfist when he goes, and they're looking to play really aggressive. I feel like you prefer the Ana with this comp, because oftentimes what teams will do against this comp is they'll pick like a slower comp, like the one that Rain played yesterday that plays on point, and then the Ana can just sit on high ground, lob nades and heals. But the Outlaws have opted for a very different strategy, which honestly you wouldn't expect that with these players in, right? Like, normally they have Blase on the Doomfist, but Hydration's also a very good Doomfist. And they've got the Moira coming out. And I feel like this is also like somewhat of a counter comp to what the Defiant is playing, because they know there's no D.Va on the board for this comp, so they can go really deep. There's no D.Va Matrix to eat the Moira balls. And Outlaws should just be looking to go even more aggressive before the Zarya can build up her charge, right? Because once Zarya builds up charge, she's very scary. But before that, she's actually a very easy target, and she doesn't do too much damage either.
Get through this.
Okay, but before any of that happens, apparently Agility just like punches Hydration in the face. I'm not sure how all this comes about. Okay, so why is the Defiant faster?
Ready for
Both
battle.
teams are making a TP play, which is good. Defiant is charging from main with their Rhine.
Round 2. Capture the
They
objective.
must be a little bit faster on taking the TP. Yeah, they're faster on taking the TP. Outlaws weren't as ready. They get there a little bit earlier, which is actually a big deal, right? They get to be in position. The Doomfist is already charting up his punch as Hydration walks out. Yeah. Hydration also tanking the punch is very, very bad.
Get through this.
He gets bubble too. So Nevix also gets the energy from this. He has 40 energy right now. Oh my god, what is that Zarya sound, bro? Get off. And then you're already one up in the fight. They have more space. Their Zarya is starting to get pretty charged. But this fight's like looking really good for the Defiant, right? And this is what's so strong about Doom. Like, being able to punch people like right when they come out of these chokes be very good on this map, right?
Time to raise my APM.
Okay. Echo also takes the punch.
Forward barrier.
But overall, like, Outlaws just don't have the damage with Hydration dead, especially because Defiant's playing the Zarya, right? They need to like rush because Moira runs out of heals. Ana, of course, doesn't.
The objective is now active.
Jeez. That early punch. And it was all due to the rollout. Like, I felt Outlaws were a little bit sloppy with their TP. Normally teams should get there just as fast. Okay, so they're doing a split retake, right? You have Linkser going here because he wants to like TP or flank in as the Outlaws speed out and connect. I like this. I don't feel you should go at 6 top because, I mean, Doomfist is just going to punch here. And if you go there with both DPS, there's an increased chance, right, that one of them takes the punch. Also, Reaper's a very good flank character. especially when there's no diva to deal with you. So they go out at the same time. Glacier decides not to TP in, which can be okay, right? Especially if Kellex is looking at him. Then if he TPs, he'll just take a bunch of headshots. But see how hard it is to get out of the choke? Agilities gets bubbled, punches Mooma in the face. And there's just, like, there's no walls here for hydration to hit. So he's going to do so much less than Agilities when they just play this side, because Agilities has all these walls to hit, right? So, like, retaking is hard in the Doomare. Especially on a map like this where there's so much walls. Okay. Farms the ult really quick, right? You see hydration's on 39, Agility's already his ult. It's because of that early punch, right?
Taking off.
Raucous is ulting, but again, Defiant have the Ana ult soon. So going to point is really smart, right? You don't want to be fighting in that Moira ult because there's so much healing and damage. Smart to disengage, also for Agility to not go aggressive ult. If you go aggressive with the Doomfist ult there, you're just going to get punched because the enemy Doomfist is not looking at anything else, right? Setting up on point is fine. Now, Outlaws have to do like a second retake, right? And they have no ults for this. But hydration or agility gets caught out. Why? So he comes down with the ult. Reeves right next to it.
Defense matrix activated.
How does he die, bro? Cancels right click. Then hydration drops down on him and hits him in the wall. Wow. That's an interesting angle. But of course, like, this is why teams are playing the Doomfist here, right? Because there's a lot of angles you can come down on, hit walls on points, and in this case, hit a wall off point even.
Routing tower forward barrier.
Okay. Yeah, this fight continues. Agilities is dead. But Defiant actually commit the Nano, and they have a lot of ults here. I like Nano and the Zarya. He's low charge though. How does so Meko assassinates Kareev? How does that happen? Because your Ana's obviously the most important character in the team, right? If your Ana gets assassinated or dies, you lack a lot of healing.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Ah. So Jaxei goes for him with Meko. So again, Outlaws playing super aggressive because they're not going to win the long fight against the Zarya. They know they have to go, go, go. And then also a skill orb right here. Outskilled by the skill orb. All because there's no div on the enemy team. That the skill orbs actually go through. Another punch, but Nevix is nanoed, so probably shouldn't punch him. There's a lot of damage. But yeah, fight's over at that point. Like, I really like that retake from the Outlaws where they had hydration go from top. And also with Meko and Jaxei. They came in as well from the top. And then the rest went main. And they just pushed really hard. That's what their comp needs to do. They need to be really aggro. Stalling. Now it's hard for Defiant to retake, right? Like this comp, I feel like it's great for holding a point, but for a retake, it's weak. It's weak because one, Doomfist is not great on retakes. He gets hard angles like we just saw of hydration, right? And two, Zarya takes some time to get charged, right? Like you'd have to use your first round of bubbles for charge, maybe. And otherwise, playing a fight with like zero charge is not what you want. Like Zarya is really weak when she has under 50 charge, I feel. And the Outlaws have a bunch of ultimates that use. Only the Moira ult, but it charges so fast that they already have it. And you'll see, like, every team fight, Raucous will use his ult first because it charges so fast, especially because there's no D.Va to eat his damage orbs, right? So those damage orbs will gain him like 15 to 20% ult, just from spamming them into the enemy spawn. Kind of crazy. Okay, so Defiant goes out top. The Outlaws is actually holding really far back, which, if they had done a little bit of scouting, this definitely wouldn't have happened. I feel like, especially with the Doom, you want to go in early, right? Like, because all these walls are here right now, but if they walk out to here, then those walls are gone, right? Thank you for the follow, Yoshi. I'm not good with that name. But Raucous pops out ult, but you see like all this way they have to walk. Like Meko has to use his boosters. It's still okay, because this is like still a really good punch angle, right? Especially with the Moira ult burning everybody. The punch comes out. You see how much damage Doomfist does when there's a wall? Like he goes in for the right click on Beast and shifts him, and because of this he gains all this bonus health too. It does a lot of damage to everybody because it shifts obviously AoE. Telex has to beat, and this is great for the Outlaws, right? Because now they can just beat second. And beating second is like, hey, the enemy team gets the beat. They're gonna like use 2 or 3 seconds of it, and then you beat in, and then you get the second beat, so your beat stays on longer, right? So we'll see if Outlaws do decide to beat here. I think it'd be a good choice. Yeah. Okay, so even though Beast gets a shatter, Jexay does a good job not getting shattered, and you see that second beat comes out. So now I feel Outlaws are in a really good spot. Even though there's 2 people shattered, their Ryan and Reaper didn't get shattered, and now they can play really aggro, right? Because they have more effective shield than the enemy team. Like if we go to a random guy here, you'll see this guy only has 850 now, and Muma has 1081, right? Because he has that beat for like 2 seconds longer. Oh, Muma also shattered. He somehow got Kellex. Was apparently out in front of a shield, so he's an easy target. And then Nevix also uses the grab. One complaint I had in the last game for Defiant against the Rain was that Nevix held on to his grab for like, well, they were 100-0, right? And then he held his grab until the end of the game. So that wasn't great. Here he uses it, and it's okay to use, but I mean the fight's already looking pretty lost for them, right? Like there weren't any people down yet, but because that second beat came in, like I said, because they're retaking, because they had all taken a bunch of damage from the hydration punch, and because they have 0 space, that looks like pretty dire right now. Lexer gets pinned. That's a good pin from Beast on the grab. But then Nevix just dies. Logic still had shift. Die. Where's this Reaper ult? Oh, Logic's Reaper ult. Okay. So the fight is throwing out all their ults here. I feel like this is risky because if they don't win this fight, then things are looking very dire for them, especially when they're already down Kellex. But I mean, what are you gonna do, right? You can either like take the L on this fight after you've used your beat, or you can toss in some more ults. Pretty interesting. But because the graph comes out, Linkshire doesn't have shift apparently. Gets pinned out. And Muma goes for a weird pin. I think if Muma just backpedals to his team, like he wants to pin because this D-Vault's here, right? If he pins the Rhine here, he'll die to D-Vault. Great. But he's 1 HP. And he goes for the pin. He dodge it, and then he dies to the Reaper ult. If he just backpedaled to Raucous, he wouldn't have died there. Oh, Jelly's coming in. What is even happening? How does hydration just do Grieve in Africa? Dude, I miss goats. Fights weren't all over the place. I didn't need to use a million POVs. Okay. Does a good job. Killing Nevix there, misses 2 shots on Kareev, but gets his cooldown back up. So he gets that kill. Oh, and then Raucous and Agilities are fighting. Agilities goes to 1 HP, dies. Okay. So yeah, I feel like not being able to walk out there, get space, is like very rough here. I think maybe if you're Defiant, you go point, but then you could be getting catched on rotation. I like the Nevix swap over to D.Va because again, it's very good against the Moira. And the Reaper, for that sake. I feel like the Outlaws really ran a counter comp here. Because the Toronto Defiant obviously showed this comp the day before this match. Okay, this time they go to point. So let's see what the Outlaws' answer to that is. I think, again, you kind of want to punish them on rotation. Because there's all this wall here for Doomfist. And the Defiant really has to like hug this wall to get the point, right? Especially because there is an Ana. You kind of want to go really hard on the Ana. I feel. But let's see what they do. They feel the same thing. But they go a little late. Still get the Ana though. And I'm not sure how Muma gets it. I guess he just charged the point. You watch that. But let's watch the rest of this fight. So again, it's really hard to retake with Doomfist into Doomfist, right? But let's watch how Kareev actually dies there, because obviously once Kareev dies, the fight is over. There's no more healing. See how that actually comes about. So the agil or the hydration, he actually gets blocked by Beast Shield here, which is great, right? Muma goes on point. Which this is smart. Everyone's gonna be rotating into Muma, so his chance to get like swings into people is very good. And then wow, I guess the E must have hit from hydration there. I feel like it should be blocked by the Rhine shield, but let's watch from his. Okay, so E in. Beast can block it. He does block it. Okay, good. Good job, Beast. And then just a punch shift into the Rhine swing. That's wow, that's a lot of damage. You can't really block that damage with Matrix either. You can only block that one auto hit from hydration, but jeez, that was smart positioning. Kareev got deleted, yes he did. Really did. Oh my god. A dodge on the punch. Nice reaction speed of hydration there. They could have probably lost that fight if he gets punched there. Dude, Blaze and Hydration are such good Doomfist to both of them. This Blaze kind of popped off this match, you know. See that later. Okay, so why do the Outlaws give up this much space? Are they not fully grouped yet? What is happening? So they've got 4 people. Where's Meko right now? He is scouting, so he's doing a good job. Linkser is hiding. I feel like auto hit. Did I say that? I don't even know what the context. But I feel like you definitely want to engage on the fight in rotation again. I think they're all expecting them to go point because they're 7 or 8%, right? Defiant actually don't go point. They sent Nevix to point. The rest of them all go high ground. I feel like the Outlaws just really weren't prepared for this rotation here. I think they need better scouting. Like, I think Meko just needs to go sit here, see where the enemy team goes, right? Like, this is the second time they don't know where the rotation's coming from. And all they need is a diva telling them they're going top, they're going kitchen, they're going main, you know? And diva's not even in danger if she just does that, as long as she, like, eats the sleep when it comes for her. But, like, I really think you need to scout the enemy rotation because they didn't know about this. And now Defiant have all this space, right? They're even, like, kind of capping point. Lictor's in a useless position. He's gonna, like, TP in, but you don't want to TP, really. Still, Ruckus ult first. Agilities has ult, so he can go really deep, right? He goes for it. When trying to get the point, how do you even defend against the Doom Push? I think you want your Ryan to take it, because Ryan, obviously, one, doesn't get one shot by the Doom Fist, and two, he doesn't get punched as far because of his steadfast passive. So you can either counterpunch it or let the Ryan take it. Like, have the Ryan walk further forward on the rotation and then go to point. But it's very hard, yes. Like, Doomfist is very strong on points like this when he can punch you on walkout. Because he kind of gets to pick and choose who he punches too, right? Especially when he has ult. You could sleep him, but oftentimes what teams will do is Matrix with the punch, right? So he can't get slept. What is he right now? Linkser goes point to deal with Nevix. It's fine. Logic is Linkser. But oh no. Hydration comes in and saves him, but it's a little too late. The Linkser's Wraith gets forced. And now Defiant are in like a way better spot than Outlaws, right? Like, they're setting up on point. They've made the rotation. Kareev's in Africa though. But as long as nobody goes on Kareev, he's good. Okay. What is happening? Uma comes with the shadow on Logic. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, Pearly Gates. I really appreciate it. I need to get new emotes though. Your emotes are lame for now. You only have Kasora strong. Yes. Well, Beast goes for Shatter. Oh my god. Hydration puts himself on the high ground here. With the punch up. That was very smart. Your insight over emotes, thank you. Kareev also gets shattered. So good shatter from Beast. This fight seems all over the place to me. Logic gets shattered in the back. But Raucus dying, I feel, is worse than Logic dying. And Jexay dies. So, like, Outlaws not scouting cost him pretty badly here. Especially, like, I don't know what the hell this Elixir position. Like, he was up here, like, trying to get the flank on people going to point. But then they didn't go point, right? So it's like, they were all ready for this point rotation. But it didn't happen. So, that's why you need to scout, right? You need to, like, not assume things. Even though it's 92%, they can still send a Lucio or a Diva to point. Pretty smart from Defiant. Okay, they might still lose here, obviously. Oh, Mecha Bomb. Get anyone? Oh, they get agility, so that's really big. Outlaws finally group up on point. Kareev's still alive, so Kareev's been doing a really good job at staying alive, right? Like, he was this far away from his team. He was sitting in here. But again, you know what I've been saying, right? Keeping your Ana alive is most important out of anyone. So Kareev staying alive that whole fight and, like, healing and DPSing from range, very important. Because Raucus actually died first. That's all their healing on. Echo gets demeched. Elixir comes back as Tracer. Tracer is like the fastest retake character for DPS, right? Next to maybe Doom, but it's a pretty good retake. pretty good deeps as well. Kellex goes in for the beat. He wants to save Nevix. Good beat, in my opinion. Where's Kareev now? Where's he at? He's sitting in main. Trying to heal Nevix. Who has to contest point. And I really feel like in these long fights, the Ana has such a big advantage. Like the nano boost coming out, the nades. If you can eat the Moira balls, the Moira runs out of healing real quick. He still has full healing here because he just came back. But you see, Nevix eats that healing ball. Does a good job. And now Moira's gonna use like all her healing, right? To keep the people up. Oh, she gets slipped. Oh, that's bad. Okay, he does get out. I think. Okay, he does get out. Then Dexay gets to beat second again. Doesn't hit the DPS. Oh, Link's gonna die here. Oh no. It's very sad. Linkser gets the beat there. That'd be insane, because then everyone has the beat. They can all push in. Now, like even though Outlaws would have one more fight, even if they lost this, right? They're committing like all their ults. So I feel like they have to win it now. Okay. Things happen. Raucus dies because he had the Ray form earlier, right?
Are you ready?
And then Nano Boost comes out. I don't know about Nano Boost on Beast. Because he's not really close to the enemy of Reinhardt. But I mean, at that point, you just throw the Nano Boost on anyone, right? Likely gonna win the fight. Like, imagine the Nano Boost Logix here. Oh, nice sleep from... Holy crap. Sleep into Pulse Bomb. Assassination. They win this fight. And like, as I said before, right? Outlaws tried to stay in that fight pretty long. They didn't end up using too many ults. They only used a beat. It's not the end of the world for them. They have a lot of ults retail. Like, Tracer 1 isn't as great as Reaper at like holding retakes and fighting on point. And now Outlaws have the Doomfist ult, the Shatter, and almost a Moira ult. So they actually have a really good chance of just winning this outright.
Taking off.
Okay, so what happens here? Hydration comes in from the top ropes. Gets counter punched. And this is why you want to be careful with like, especially the aggressive punches on the enemy side, right? If the enemy Doomfist can counter punch you, or the enemy Ryan can like counter charge your punch, you get stunned on the ground and you're in the middle of the enemy team. You're gonna die. Oh, on a side note, I don't think that can happen when you're bubbled. You can't get like counter punched while you're bubbled. So that's why the first punch there, like the very first punch from Agilities, it can't be counter punched because he had the bubble when he did it. But now obviously there's two divas. Can't be any bubbles. Hydration ends up dying. Oh wow. Moma comes up clutch. Let's see how this shatter happens. Oh, Hydration had Doomfist ult too, so it's even worse that he died there. Wow. He wanted to go that aggressive because he had the ult, so really good counter punch. Almost like, no, Hydration. No, my friend. He blocks the shatter. And then Beast like kites away. Very weird kite away from Beast to go there. What was he shielding there? Wait a second. Anyway, good shatter there from Muma. Oh, but Beast takes him. Beast is like, nah, bro, you shattered my team. Now I'm gonna kill him. But I mean, again, like, just that kill on logic. Muma counterpins the charge. Why does Muma jump to block shatter? Does he? I think he's blocked it perfectly here. Let's see. From Beast. You know you don't want to block. Jump when shield. Like jumping does make you a little more maneuverable as Ryan. Because you can jump and then put your shield up, and then like you don't get as much of the movement speed penalty.
Hammer down!
Oh, he jumps, yeah. But you see, because he like aimed his shield down while he jumped, it still hit the floor and it still blocked the shatter. Like you see the particles of the shatter not going through his shield. So he still blocked it, even though he jumped. But yes, in general, if you would have the same shield angle as your Rhine, and you jump up, then it could go under. But he like aims the shield down, so it's still fine, right? That's pretty big brain right there.
Hammer down!
It's the shatter. Meko gets slept by Kariv. Sorry to kind of pin them out. We've seen this. I mean, at this point, Outlaws really have to throw to lose this fight. Raucus actually gets knocked up. He goes to 1 HP. Oh. Agilities misses the follow-up punch. But I don't think that would have mattered anyway. They're free up at this point. They're full HP. Even if Raucus dies, I don't think it's that bad. Like, this fight should be over.
Meteor strike!
I feel like that was all enabled by that shatter. Like, hydration was dead. And then Muma shatters the Tracer, who dies. That's big.
Score 1.
Then Outlaws had a bunch more ults too. Very nice. And my god, this is such a strong Kree map actually, because just a point LOS, there's like good Maywall spots, which obviously play to make Kree together. And just like there's not too many entrances at this point. Like there's the 4 entrances on the side, but generally you play around the pillar, and then one team's gonna be on this side, one team's gonna be on this side of the pillar, and the supports can play relatively safe. So this is a really good make Kree point. I expect both teams to just play it here.
1.
It's interesting that Outlaws actually goes for the TP, because I don't see too much value in like getting to this point first, because there's always this side of the point. Like one team is always gonna go this side of the point, the left side, and the other team's always gonna go this side of the point, because just the way the cover works, right? You want to play around this big pillar. So like TPing out doesn't make much sense to me. Like links are still like right here. So if the Defiant was to go in right now, right? There's no McCree help yet. He's gonna come in a sec, and the fact that he could get caught on rotation. Not sure if I like that, but overall it doesn't matter, right? Like Defiant probably don't know that they did this, and Linkster's already back. But yeah, as I said, one team's always on this side, the other team's always on that side. There's gonna be a shield war, and it's all gonna be up to the Maywalls, right? Like you want a Maywall when the enemy Rhine is close to your Rhine, and you can punish. So like you're gonna do a shield war on this point, right? And then oftentimes what Maze will do is like try to wall here or here when the enemy Rhine walks in. Same vice versa, right? These are really good wall spots. Right there. But this is why you see this fighter on the pillar, because if any Rhine commits, then they're just gonna get walled off. It's a pretty aggressive wall from Agilities here. And I really feel like it's up to Hydration to just be with Muma more. Like, he needs to not get walled off here so he can like instantly counter wall if you need to. Just walk around it so it's fine. But again, this wall is not great, because it doesn't actually block the heals or free shooting from the right if Beast just pushes a little further, which he really should. So that was a bad wall. I feel like even walling this would have been better there. Don comes in for Linkster, who came back late, so now it kind of helps out, but see how it's all about these Maywalls? All about the Mei wall. This matchup is so dictated by your Mei, the Mei walls, and how the Rhines dance. So Agility just gets the first wall, gets a better wall. And it's not to say that walling first is better, always. But when the Rhines get close, walling first does give you the initiative. It can be very strong, right?
Taking off. Boosters engaged.
Okay. So retake happens. Wall comes out first for agilities again. But this is definitely not as strong of a wall. This is not as strong of a wall because Beast isn't actually like in range to do anything with the wall. So now you're gonna see hydration come out with the second wall. And because agilities has no defensive wall now, this could actually be disastrous for Beast, right? If he just gets walled off here. That's a decent wall. He can like get healed still, but he can't walk out. Oh, he can't walk out. Okay, so it's not a good wall, right? If that was like a second later or more turn, that would have been a very good wall, but now apparently Beast can just walk out. So both walls did nothing. But you see how much these teams play around wall? Like every team should do this. And like the better your walls are. Oh my god, what is Muma doing right now? Wait, Agility's just gonna get wall up in 3 seconds. So Muma needs to like back out within 3 seconds, otherwise he's just gonna die. Okay, good. He heard me guys, it's fine. Now he's fighting, and Agility says wall up again. So you'll see, because Defiant have wall up, and they almost have nano boost, they're gonna go really aggro here. Nano boost advantage is big, right? If you can get your nano boost first, that's a very big deal. Like
Get through this.
nano on your Rhine when the enemy Rhine doesn't have shatter is like, you just win the fight. Again, Defiant do the same wall. I'm not sure where okay, hydration is on top of the wall, so that's very good. But I shouldn't be able to punish Muma too much here.
Time to raise my APM.
Then the counter wall comes out, but the counter wall is like not good because it doesn't catch anyone. Okay, so Elixir and like what I've been noticing too is that Elixir's been going for a lot of flanks. Which can be good, right? But he hasn't been getting value out of it. So what's gonna happen is Muma's shield is, Beast shield is almost always gonna be higher HP than Muma's shield, because Logic should be shooting the shield more because he's more centered, right? Always been in main. Not exactly sure what both Krees are shooting, right? But normally when you're on the flank, you're going for supports more. They try to get the Mei actually here, but good ice block from Agility. A nano beast, which I'm not sure if that nano is good. I feel like you really want to use your nano in combination with the wall, but they were trying to get it out faster than Ruckus could build it. But he's obviously not going to be able to swing anyone, so I feel like it's a pretty big waste of nano. Okay, he's able to swing Muma, but then they get their own shatter, right? Agility's ults. A really good mail from Agilities, and he farmed that pretty quick too. Farmed that a lot quicker than Vision did. Mine's screaming in slow-mo. My new favorite sound.
Defense matrix
Is Muma gonna live? Part 2. Oh my god, does he live? No, he won't live, right? Oh my god, he's getting healed! He's somehow getting healed! Muma lives! There's no way Muma lives through all that, bro.
It's high noon.
Jexay's a god, he booped him off of him. Wait, let's just watch Muma there. That's so funny to me. I don't know why. But just Muma getting frozen. He's just got nanoed, right? So he has the 50% damage reduction from nano. Muma trying to pit out. Doesn't work, obviously. He's already frozen. Then the ping comes in. Then I don't know how Ruckus heals him over this wall, but definitely happen. Doesn't even hit the NATO. But apparently you can see like a sliver of Muma's HP. Even misses the first shot. Hits the second one, which saves him. And misses the third. But because there's like this jump up right here, he was able to get healed. That's so funny.
High noon.
He comes out with high noon. But while this is going on, Meko died because I guess he was trying to distract. Very strange and eventful happening. Okay. Diva Bomb comes out for Nevix. My god. Jexay's trying to assassinate Kareev. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, let's see what these assassinations are. And this is so good for Defiant as well, right? Like this fight's, you see this fight's going so long, but they've had the point the entire time. Crazy. I feel like Outlaws has to go more aggressive with these walls. They have to hit better walls, dude. Like, they had the wall advantage at last wall. Now they're down wall advantage, right? They miss it again. They missed the wall twice. That screws your team over. And let's see what happens here in the back line. So where's Meko right now? Okay, he's on the side here. Tries to eat the mail, then he goes for Kareev. What is this wall? What? Tries to go for Logics. He almost gets him with the nade on him. This fight gone on from like 30% to now. That's crazy. Fight loses for Outlaws. Gotta use both support ults. They still have the mail, so Jilly's got like he's mailed faster, used it well, and Hydration's had to hold on to it. But like, this is just really big for the fight because now they have Nano again too. Like the fight's using their walls more aggressive this round, their ults more aggressive, and just like generally have better Mei and Ryan synergy, which is really important in this Mei-Kree meta. Good wall here. Actually, I don't think that's that good of a wall because they didn't have to like touch it or anything. So like not walling anyone off is not great. Just now, Hydration's gonna have his own wall in a sec. And like they just need to use this aggressive. Like really, the wall is down right now for agility. Oh my god. They stun shatter. Okay, so again, like good proactive ult usage with a stun shatter for the Outlaws. And counter shatter comes out from Muma hits. Also good. Hydration dies though with his ult because he got shattered. That's definitely somewhere where Hydration could have ice blocked the shatter. It's very hard, but I feel like the best mates do it constantly. So. Beast gets taken away, but again, he's Nano. He doesn't take that much damage. Nano's so good. Oh, Meko kills Logic with the bomb though. That's big. Oh my god. Nano's such a good ability. You charge Beast in the backline. Everybody's shooting Beast, but he just doesn't die because one, Reinhardt armor right decreases a lot of damage, and two, the Nano decreases more damage. The Ryan just becomes unkillable when he's.
Routing power to forward barrier.
And then Hydration dying with ult is so sad. Like, see how game changing that agility ult was earlier, and then Hydration not being able to get it off at all this round.
My APM.
Probably, of course. Coming in here. Get him. Eat it. You can see it, Nevix. Oh, he walls. Okay, good. Walls, mail. It's okay. So he does get it off. And Kareev is dead. But I still feel like this fight is lost. Oh, Mango does kill Beast, but he gets headshot. Oh, and hydration dies too. That's rough.
冻住，不许走。
And agility just lapped hydration. Gets a second Mayo, and they win. Like,
Victory.
just the Ryan May play from Defiant was better that round than the Ryan May play from Outlaws. But as we know, Outlaws does win the series. Let's see how that happens.
Ready for battle.
Surefour is in now. Which, as I said before, it kind of makes sense with Surefour more being the leading type, Koth being more about mechanical skill and just clicking. And then Surefour also playing the Sombra for the Defiant.
Cheers, love. The
Thanks for the
cavalry's
follow,
here.
dancing, mad.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
On.
Defend
Okay.
objective A.
So it's again a mirror. This comp is so good on. I don't think you could play. I guess you could play the double shield on King's Row, but I don't think there's like much variation. Like Bree and May are so good on this map because there's so little high ground. Could maybe play Zarya like a Turtle did, but again, I feel like Diva's so versatile and flexible. Zarya's more of a gamble, right? Go ball. Again, like a really early Maywall here from agilities, but I don't think it's a good Maywall. Like, one, hydration didn't get walled off, so that's good for the Outlaws, right? And two, look at how far away these teams are. Like, it might like wall off a bunch of people, but if you're not in range to like do anything to Muma, I don't like aggressive walling like this.
Routing power to forward barrier. APM 좀 올려.
Again, counter wall comes out. Good counter wall, right? Because they were actually like pretty close. Now, Kareev and Kellex do get around this wall, so they do a good job, right? While Raucus is still kind of like not able to heal Muma. Muma gets slapped by Kareev.
Boosters engaged.
That was really nice.
Get through
But again,
this.
Beast is 1 HP because of the counter wall.
Time to
He's just
reset
sitting in here.
PM.
Okay, he's finally able to get healed somehow. And good ice block from agility.
Taking off. Love. The cavalry's
Thank you for the
here.
follow, the meter. But as a whole, that exchange actually was really good for the fight because they took more damage. They get more Ana ult charge, and Ana ult first is like so short. Like I've talked about this before, but having nano boost advantage is like very, very good in this meta. Like nano boost on your Rhine with a wall just destroys the enemy team a lot of the time. So if you can get nano first, that's actually very big. Okay. So Outlaws give a lot of space. You'll see this hold a lot on King's Row, right? Because there's not too much cover here. It's just a car. But there is a lot of cover here. So you'll see the defending team holding this area a lot because their Rhine shield gets a recharge around here. And then the Toronto Defiant is going to have to touch point, right? So they either play here or they play here. Which, like, both sides, pretty Maywallable, and you have good access to shield damage. So, like, holding back here makes a lot of sense for the Outlaws.
Get through this.
Okay, and as I say that, Outlaws goes mega aggressive and they get a wall on Beast. It's a good wall, but, like, the rest of the team just isn't in. Like, you need to be sped boost and stuff.
Routing power to forward barrier.
Counter wall comes out, right? But I did kind of go in. That's just a wall trade. That's fine, right? I feel like just as the Outlaws here, you can like put extra pressure on the Beast shield as well. They are ahead in shield damage right now, Just shooting that shield makes it so Beast can't just walk onto point. I feel like that's one of the things that's like somewhat underrated this meta, which Shock did really well in their match. It's just shooting the shield a lot. Hey Cass, do you think versus Boston is winnable? Who against Boston?
Time to raise
I
my
need more
ATM.
details. I don't have the answers.
وريهم قوتك.
And winnable for who? Okay, so again, as I've been talking about, nano boost advantage, right? You see Defiant get the nano boost first, so they get to do the wall nano boost play. And now Raucus has to farm his real quick and give it to Muma, or Muma just dies, right? And Muma does die. So like, even what 2% advantage on nano boost can be so big. And honestly, sometimes you'll just see teams tank a bit of damage first fight, just so they get the nano boost first, right? And it's actually a pretty smart play. It is a play that works very well on King's Row A1 as well, because walls here are very good. Well, I want to play really close, but lost to Houston. Yes, definitely. I feel like Toronto was very weak this weekend, and it's mostly because their whole dive style didn't work out, and it worked great against Philly. So, like, Toronto's never looked too good on this comp, the May Cree comp. Exclamation mark team. There's no such thing. But I am currently LFT B-Stock. I feel like I need some exclamation. I have very little. But yeah, again, nano boost advantage wins Defiant the fight.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Okay. What Outlaws did do good is they died on point early, right? So they get all 6 good spawns. Yeah, they do. And they get to hold the arch, which is a very good spot to hold. Hello, cat. My cat is in my room. Unka Mega. Cat is on the look for attention and food. You will get neither. Outplayed cat. Okay, so again, Toronto. Actually, I think they're the team that I see go most for this combo with Stun Shatter. And I think it's actually a pretty underused combo. Like, it's pretty blockable for the enemy Reinhardt if he like whips up his shield, right, and tries to block it. But then oftentimes too you can shatter under the shield because he has to block the stun. So I think it's a very good combo. Second time Toronto used it this match. I think you'll see them use it more. Good wall here for hydration. But like still, this shot is really good. Like, it gets 2, it's aggressive. I like it. Now, Raucus does have the nano boost. Oh, both males come out. Echo had to eat the flash. Yeah, Meko doesn't eat the flash, but I feel like it's hard, right? To eat flashbang. Like, maybe it's not as hard as I make it seem, but especially if people are like speeding around corners, eating the flashbang is hard. But yeah, you have to eat it as D.Va because the Ryan can't really block it, because if he goes for the block, right, he's like instantly put a shield down as well, so you can't get shattered under the shield. And Nevix kills Raucus while all this is. Nevix kills 2, so Nevix is kind of a dominant player in this fight. Let's see what.
Hello. Objective A captured.
Okay, so does he go for the flank or what? What's going on here? Oh shit, they didn't spot him out. He's going for the flank. This is why they just got a free mail too. I don't think I normally like this, because if the enemy Kree and Ana are just playing together, then a flank like this should never work, right? And the enemy team, once they see the Mei out here or the D.Va out here, they're just gonna Mei ult. So I don't know about this, but apparently Defiant did. And Nevix doesn't even go for Raucus. He goes for Muma first. So like...
Defense matrix activated.
Hello? Does Linkshare not have stun? What? What? Just stun Nevix! What? Cat is looking around still. Wait a second. There's a Nevix on your flex support. Help Raucus, please! First up. Raucus does not have sleep. Okay. And he needs Luma, so he doesn't have cooldowns. And then, as this is going on, because there's a male, therefore it goes library. Probably taps Raucus once. Does. Oh, he taps Raucus twice, and then Nevix finishes him off. Okay, that makes more sense. Still don't know if I like that flank, but I guess they had the plan with it, and they got walled off, so it ended up being pretty good. He killed both the flex support and the Kree, so I guess it was pretty good. Thank you for the follow, Ultra XD Hyper Knight. What a name. I feel like you made your Twitch when you were 12, and then didn't bother to change it anymore. Oh my god. Sure gets caught. So this is really bad. You want to avoid this because you're snowballing hard, right? And you've been using your cooldown so aggressively that I don't understand. What happened was your regular name got taken. What's your regular name then? Is it Hyper Knight? Okay, so let's see how Sure gets caught here. It's domed, bro. Like, normally this is okay, right? Like, you just want to spam the Rhine Shield before they walk in. Put a little bit of pressure. But Beast is like, what just happened? Look at Beast, look at Beast. This is so funny. Spam a little bit. Beast is shielding, yes. Beast, drop shield. Because he's like doing the jump shield thing. And Surefour dies. And then Beast is like, what happened, bro? I thought you... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And then he runs away. Oof. But yeah, just a little bit of greed from both Beast and Surefour. Beast wanted to be greedy with shield. Surefour was positioning. And getting picked like that is very, very bad. Because, honestly, this corner is like the best place to hold on King's Row, right? Like, this is such a good place to hold. Especially with the Mei walls. So being able to take that fight as the attacking team around here and you having that corner is really good for your snowball. So Surefour dying here at like the best spot to hold on King's Row is very bad. Like, it's unlucky too, like that he just took those to the dome, but what is my cat doing, bro? He's under my desk. Casaurus versus cat. And then now I say all of that, and then Outlaws decide to hold in Africa. For some reason. There's only going to be one fight anyway, bros. I don't think there's any reason to hold out here. I think, being the Outlaws, you want to hold here 100%. Because then, you force the enemy team to either go here, or here, right? Which are both, like, really holdable. Good for Mei walls. But no. Outlaws and Code aside, Arch is like the best place to hold on King's Row, and then they get a shitty wall too. Like, if they would have had a good wall here, maybe it would have been okay, right? But shitty wall, I did no wall, and they still go aggro. I don't understand. Scatter gets walled up. Diva Bomb comes out, Jackson beats, right?
Nerf
A good
this.
beat. Still. Because it gets like Numa a lot of space. Oh, and then this is an insane Diva. Wow. Echo with the big brain Diva. It's like slid from here to here. But again, Outlaws is using 5 ults here. When you want to hold a point for like a few minutes, right? That's that good. Nice Diva Bomb. Kills Sure 4. That should secure in the fight. Toronto shouldn't fight this anymore. But yet, they did use 5 ults. Like, I don't think that's worth. Especially when you're taking the fight this early. And they get, like, pretty close spawns, too. I don't know, bro. I mean, I know that Toronto also used a bunch of them. But now they didn't use the nano boost. Like, one of the best ults in this comp. Also, I don't like just using nano boost without the wall. I think you need the wall. And then if you want to be proactive, you use wall and nano boost at the same time, right? But you really want to try and, like, stop the disengage from Muma here. Especially when Muma and Hydration are always playing split. You can, like, wall here, it's perfect. Like, just the way Hydration plays behind Muma, I don't like it. Should be closer up, I feel. Like, the nano is really early. Triggers the counter wall. Hydration is now playing further up because raise the Rhine, right? Good. But then agility just needs to wall something, bro. Like, you can wall off this to wall off Linkser and Raucus. You can wall closer to the Rhine, like right here. Everything's fine.
This will only hurt for a minute.
Use the wall. Use the wall. He's not using the wall, bro. Okay, he's finally used the wall, but now Beast is frozen. You need to be so much faster. The nano boost is almost over, bro. No. Like, now, nano boost, like, now they get used to the wall. But nano boost is over. Like, I feel like you use the speed boost, you use the wall, and then you nano, right? Or, like, you use the wall and the nano at the same time. But can't use them that far apart. Agilities does get a decent mail, which zones the whole team, right? Uma charges out of it. Taking a value town by Beast. But there's like nothing Beast could do there. They needed better, faster wall. Nevix dies, so I think it's a 1-for-1 right now. Uma's dead. And at this point, Cart's already back here. So, Outlaws get 2 fights again. That's really good for them. Oh, Hydration ults, but he gets stunned. That's a shame. It would have been a pretty good ult. Because Nevix is dead, but he gets stunned. Then a good wall comes out. Hydration dies because he ice block earlier. It's like a weird line of plays from both teams here. And I feel like both these teams are pretty weak at this comp. I feel like both these teams are bottom 5 at this Makery comp. Just because of the wall usage, the way they use cooldowns, the Rhine play on both teams.
I'm unstoppable.
I am unstoppable. Except if you miss 20 shots on Kareem. Okay, now they get him blocked. I've been toxic today. Wow. I'm normally not this toxic, guys. I'm a very nice guy. Very friendly guy. Nevix went deep, bro. He went in. Knew Agilities was on the flank. Oh. Come here. Fight's over. Momo might as well charge. Didn't have the shatter yet. Literally worst ever. I am nice, okay? Leg day's the one that's evil. Come on. Like my evil twin. I wonder if the Defiant go for another stun shatter. I'm doing this a lot. And I also feel like both these teams haven't been using Creole that well. Like, normally you see Creoles pre-fight. You see them used to make space. You see them used to break shield. But honestly, I don't see these teams Creole that much. Leg Day is also having troubles with the internet. Well, I'm not. What's going on there? PMD? What is a PMD?
It's high noon.
I only know lowlights.
It's
Leg Day
high
music.
noon.
What do you expect? They're called Virgin Meat. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? Oh no, he's become a weeb. I'm friends with a weeb. No, I'm joking. I like Pokemon.
Time to raise my APM.
Okay, so again, I actually kind of like these Creoles. So the flame I've had is a little misplaced this fight. But let's see what happens, right?
It's high noon. It's high.
Surefour goes for the earlier Creole. Hydration walls. Right? Nevik should still have all of his Matrix. Elixir is on 5 seconds. Surefour is on 4 seconds.
Time to raise my APM.
Okay. So this is a really good Creole shot from Surefour, right? He's not greedy with it. He just focuses on Muma's shield and shoots it first. I think the Elixir one actually also hits B shield. And I really feel like as the Diva you wanna like be matrixing more to the right to block your team with your matrix instead of like hovering it over the Kree. Because of the Diva range nerf, this actually shoots past. So like both shields go really low because of the high noon. And that's exactly how you want to use high noon. Right? You want to be using it to create space, shoot shield. Very good use for both teams. It's a shame that Nevix couldn't eat that a little bit better. If he was more to the right and he'd eaten one more shot, maybe B's shield would have been higher. But again, that's okay-ish. Outlaws definitely get the better Kree out there because they were the retaking team. The wall comes out. They try to wall off Muma. Would have been a great wall to be honest. But he gets on top of it. And again, now Hydration gets to use his own wall, right? And that I see like a really good wall opportunity already, right? You want to be walling off Beast for sure. Eva ult. Oh, gets caught, but I don't think it would have gotten anyone. But it creates a lot of space. Same for this male. It creates a lot of space. Now to get the kills. Oh, what is happening? Male comes out for agilities. On the point. Outlaw still have to contest the point, right? But they're gonna get frozen a little bit from that. Now Beast shatters Jexe, so that's worth to me. He probably also tried to shatter Hydration. Definitely a good shatter. Oh, and then Linkster goes to contest. Almost dies too. I feel like Linkster's been flanking a lot this game. Also on the last map, and it hasn't been getting too much value. But you're giving up a lot of shield damage and pressure by going to flank as Kree. So you need to get value from it. Like put pressure on supports, chunk people, right? Maybe even get a pick. Nevix gets a really good bomb. Push it in. Right. Good push from the Defiant overall. They did use 4 ults here. How did Muma hit his shadow? Wait, I'm going back. What are you talking about? Muma. Ice Shatter. Getting frozen. Goes for Shatter. Beast is slept. Right? Goes under payload? What? Wait, what? Wait a second. This should go under the payload. I'm so confused. What? Wait a minute. I think you're onto something here. Ultra Hyper XD Knight.
Activating self-destruct sequence. 冻住，不许走。Get to cover.
Touch point.
Easy.
You get stunned. Fine. Doesn't get frozen. Yes.
Ice wall coming up.
Gets slapped a little bit. Yes. What? It get blocked by the cart? How does that work, bro? It should go under the cart. Right? What? Poor Muma, bro. Even the game's working against him. How does this not go under the cart? What? Man, Outlaws maybe should have won this fight. Let's see how much it would have got. I don't understand. Look, it should have gotten the Mei, maybe the Lucio. Should have gotten Mei and Lucio. What? Poor Muma, bro. Even the game's working against him. Agilities didn't have ice block. He couldn't have dodged it. Fucking Kellex, he's a Lucio. It would have definitely been a 2-man, bro. And then Beast has slept. Muma has pinned. He could have pinned one. It would have won that fight, bro. Only Jexay's dead. Muma's getting screwed over by the game. The game doesn't want him to pop off.
Nerf this.
Poor Muma. Then the beat. Man, he wouldn't have gotten that beat off if he got shattered. I'm tilted for Muma right now. The game's just not fair. That shit have hit. Somebody clip that shit. That's bullshit. Then the Diva Bomb comes out. Man. Overwatch replay. No, but he hit the payload and it didn't go under. That shit go under the payload. I played this map. It works. They track. I mean, that's true. But the Rhine was slept, and there were 2 people in front of him. So it's not like it's controversial. It just didn't go under this payload, which it should. You see this shit? Maybe it's because of the elevation on this ramp, I guess, but still. I don't know, man. That seems unfair to me. I think they would have helped that. Even the game doesn't want Muma to win. They do win this game though, so there is some retribution. Also tilted for Muma. Everybody's tilted for him. Okay, next fight. Outlaws do have like a big ult advantage now. And again, they have the nano advantage, and I really feel like they can play more aggressive. Like, if they have this much of an ult advantage, I feel like you want to go really aggro these fights, because otherwise the fight is just gonna charge the nano. They're gonna charge the Reinhardt ult, right? And the fight's gonna be more even. Like right now, if the fight breaks out for Outlaws, they use the nano aggressively, and maybe the Mei ult, you know, or like just the nano. That should win in the fight. And this is like a perfect wall. Look at how far Beast is in front of his team. Somebody wall this man and kill him in nano. Please. Please. And then Elixir just dies. They gotta go, man. Outlaws, if you're hearing me, you have an ult advantage. Press the W button. Use the speed boost. Do something. How does Elixir die, bro? He peeks on Beast. Dude, shield a bunch of times. Just gets domed. May headshot deals 150 damage. That's a lot of damage. And now they've lost the fight because their damage dealer is dead. Because they didn't go earlier. And now they're nano. And where's the wall, bro? Okay, there's the wall. But it's like they're already using speed boost away now. They're using high noon. Maybe Hydration doesn't want to use wall because high noon might come out. But I feel like that's stupid. Because if you're inside of the enemy team, like going hard, going really hard, then the enemy Kree can't really ult because your D.Va can just fly on him with his little matrix and his little rockets, and then you can like deny the Kree really hard, right? Like we saw Paris Eternal do this. Every time the enemy Kree ulted, they clapped that shit. But now the Kree's dead, so this fight's lost. Is it an ult tracking problem? No, I don't think it's an ult tracking problem. Definitely not an ult tracking problem. I think Hydration just thought, hey, I'm gonna save wall for the enemy high noon. Which, if you have even ults, sure, right? But I just don't like it, man. You need to play more proactive, I feel. And look, they're now using all their ults, but they're still down one. Get Beast, but Muma dies too, right? That's like not great. And now there's still one down. So I don't know why Toronto's backing up this much. Nevix died.
Routing power to forward shield.
Having all those ults was kind of pointless. I mean, they did like win. I don't want to say win. It's still a stalemate, right? They did like kind of win the fight. But like, you shouldn't win that fight. You really shouldn't. Elixir picks Calyx with the same flank. And there's no Rhino. Agility's ults. They get hydration, so it's a really good ult actually. This is what Mays do a lot, right? They ult on top of the enemy ice block because then the enemy May can't get out even if you get speed boosted. A lot of sense. Elixir's still going. Like, Elixir's flanked so much this game, and I feel like this is the first time he gets value out of it. Kills Calyx. Good. He's like trying to be Carpe, but he stays too long, and now he dies again.
Time to raise my APM.
Also, they've had this mailed for. Okay, we're gonna watch this out, and then we're gonna look at this mail. See how long he had it.
The payload is approaching.
Wow, big shout out for Beast. And the mail comes out for hydration. Good mailed, actually. Where was Nevix during? Why is Nevix in Africa? Where is Nevix? Oh, he doesn't have net. Okay, that makes sense.
My ultimate is charged enemy
Deal with the remake. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. This is a free mail, not hydration.
The payload is
But all they gotta do is just eat it. Just eat it, bro. Good job from hydration not to get shattered there. It's out the mail. He's really good at stalling too because of the 4-second invulnerability and the 250 HP. Still on the card for a long time. Use it now. Elixir gets a reef of his ult. How's that happen, bro? So, Reeve knows it's fully charged. Peeks out to try and get a sleep, I guess. Flat.
draw.
Clapping. He peeks back even. That was really greedy.
Boosters engaged. I'll show them.
Fight's over. Fight was basically already over when the Rhine died, to be honest. Oh, they're so close. So maybe Kariva's just trying to get a play. Turn it around. Ooh. Ooh. So to get the melt off. Because there was no mech. Genius.
60 seconds remaining.
And that mech was close too. Maybe Shalana could have played slower until they had the mech. Because if you don't have mech, you're in a 5v6, right? Especially when the enemy team is male. Maybe you just want to stop pushing cart. Want to farm mech and then go in? Not sure. Could be a good call. Anyway. Outlaws did use free ults. To Defiant's only one. Yeah, Defiant, like, they get to charge up ults.
Time to raise my APM.
While Raucus has Nano. I would like Outlaws to be so much more aggro. They're like, every time you have Nano, I feel like the good teams, wall speed Nano. Wall speed Nano. Like, especially when the enemy team doesn't have Shatter, right? But somehow Defiant goes in first when Outlaws have Nano. This is a good wall, right? This is a great wall. But why aren't they the ones engaging with it? Even if your Rhine gets walled, that's fine. Oh, Echo eats the male this time. Not sure why Muma's winning. Maybe because of the beat. Guess they just want to reset because Defiant just used a bunch of ults. They're using the Diva Bomb too.
Nerf this.
Don't mind it. Oh, but then Surefoot comes in and he high noon. Multiple people. Shatter. Ay, ay, ay.
Buckle up. This gunslinger's loaded.
Yeah, I feel like this was the Paris Eternal right now. See the enemy Rhine get past choke here. For 2-4. You set up. You know you have Nano advantage, right? The enemy team's only at 40%. So you have a big advantage right here. You also have Shatter. Agilities is nowhere close to mailed yet. Then Defiant, eventually they'll walk in. They walk in. I feel like this is where you already want to go. Like Raucus somehow is low. But like here already, you want to wall off Karib, so you wall like this. Speed in, you wall like this. And then you Nano Muma. What's Serrano gonna do? They don't have beat yet. They don't have the male yet. But instead, stand still, ults are farmed, right? They Nano and don't wall with it. Fight going on over here.
Are you ready? Here I come.
Good wall on the Nano. Now, Calyx's front beat. And Mumar gets frozen. Which, I mean, you can't do too much about that. Echo could eat on the ult.
I think your clock's off.
It's
Nerf this.
Sure for us, right? Because they all backed out because of the beat, so they gave up so much space. I don't know. I feel like if this was like a top tier team, they would have went for that play earlier, and even if the beat comes out, like, also another thing I want to point out, that good teams, they will have their Mei freeze the enemy Mei while they are freezing your Reinhardt, right? So hydration here should wall this, and then if he doesn't wall off agilities, doesn't over here, he should be closer and start freezing his ass so he can't freeze Muma. But instead he you know, He's too far away to actually freeze agilities. And now agilities just get walled up, so it's like harder to freeze him, right? But still, you want your own Mei to like mark the enemy Mei while you're Ryan's dead out so he can't get frozen. And Surefoot gets a really big ult. Let's see how that happens too. Surefoot on the side here. Actually kind of gets forced out by Linkser, so Linkser does a good job there. And while Outlaws back out, right? Imagine if they had one more shot on Surefoot.
Go.
Because they backed out so far.
Double kill.
Almost not
30
shielding
seconds
somehow.
remaining.
Mecha activated.
We wouldn't have blocked too much, but it would have blocked a shot. So, side matrixing? Didn't matrix it either? No way. Timing comes out. And then the shot comes out already
30
before he has
seconds
his mid.
remaining.
Okay, so that makes sense. That misses.
Buckle up. This gun
Hydration
slings
stall. Full.
Time to raise my APM.
Got more stall. Muma gets booped. The boopening. But I mean, it's just cleanup at this point, right?
冻住，不许走！
Hydration does get another ult. He does get to stall the cart. Roxas is coming in. And Muma's here with the beat. Dude, if they win this, I'm tilting. Oh, Muma gets slapped. Muma is still roly-polying. Linkser goes for Kariv.
Round 1 complete.
Okay, good. They didn't clutch it out. But I mean, 0 seconds on King's Row, honestly not too bad. Like, this map, especially if you get the first point in one push, which you really should, oftentimes it's capped with time. So
Ready for battle.
I remember last season on the rain when we played against Guangzhou, I think,
Defend
and the map
objective
went to
A.
like 8-7 on King's Row because both teams capped it multiple times. That was crazy. My God, that game was like 40 minutes. That was a game. That was a King's Row. It shows how easy cap it. Especially when go played, I think. The good old wall and hydration isn't close enough. So Muma just gets walled and slap on him. I love it. So this is a really aggressive hold for Toronto. Yeah, you see this counter wall? This is a great counter wall too. Like hydration wasn't there before, but he gets to like go through the little cubby here, whatever it's called, and he gets the wall. Normally teams don't use this wall because shit like this, right? Like this is a much better wall than that is. No way Surefoot and Kariv can do anything. Good boop there from Nevix. Kelix is also helping. But then, you know, this wall like screws you over so hard. A great counter wall there from hydration. This is exactly what I've been talking about, right? How the Mei walls work. Especially in neutral fights. And Nevix gets slapped. Fight's over, right? Mine's dead. Nevix assassinates Link. He just dominates him. Holy crap. Dude, Diva's so stupid. You seen this shit? He slept? I don't know why they ignore him, but... He wakes up. Nobody's looking at him. Apparently they slept him here and forgot about him. And Linkser fucking get Dinkser at 87%, like half a second. Did he have the stun? No stun and no sleep. No counterplay. Stun and no sleep. There's a lot of counter blows.
Come on.
That's a decent pick if Toronto wanna reach this here. Oh, but then hydration, big smart, walls up. Gets a Nevix. So now, like, with Nevix gone, I don't feel you want to re-get this. Because you're probably gonna lose the fight, and then you are gonna get bad spawn. But again, if you just back out with Nevix as mini diva, you're probably also gonna lose the next fight because you don't have diva mech. I don't think it's the end of the world. They're just gonna lose the fight though. No way around it. Also, they're a rain gun. Yeah. Just a bad retake right there. It's really rough. This is very bad for Defiant, because now Outlaws, they get all these ults, they get the mana boost advantage. Still streaming in. Outlaws doesn't have to use any ults. They get a little bit stalled, but I mean that 15 seconds isn't worth like all this ult percentage that the Outlaws now have. I do think that it's an okay contest because Nevix has got to die on point anyway, right? Because otherwise he won't get his mech back in time, and this fight will be screwed up. But now they won't get this fight at all. Archway fight, because you get all these bad spawns, you're not going to get it. And I've talked about this before on King's Row, but I think this arch fight is very strong. Like, holding here with your Kree and Ana in the back, while you can wall people that come in, is very strong, I think. Like, now you're going to have to hold at library or like a little further back even, which is nowhere as strong. Not really a choke. Well, you see, like, just because they got the bad spawn carts already over here, so now they have to defend library, right? Which is a lot easier to get walled on by the enemy team. This is like such a stupid wall too. They still get 2 fights though. But again, the Outlaws are such a big ult bank right now. They just have to play it. They don't go aggro here. I am Omega tilted. Use the wall. Use the nano boost. And be a big player here. No! We want to Defiant again. They're the first to go aggro. Thank you for the follow, Kabimas. I don't know. Oh, it hurts, dude. It hurts so good. See, because now, you see what happens? Outlaws have to use all their ults defensively. They're using 4 ults at once because they're panicking because they didn't go in first. Like, it hurts, man. And they win the fight. Maybe. I hope they win the fight. But okay, they might not even win the fight because Agilities again gets a good wall.
It's Hanu. It's Hanu.
Oh my god, and they get shattered too. The Outlaws use 6 ults. Dude. They've got to use their speed boost and their wall, bro. It hurts so good. Look. Beast is way out in front of his team. These people are like in Africa still. If they wall Beast right here. This is a great wall. And then you nano boost your Rhine. And then the enemy team has to react. You have more chance of eating the male because you're aggressive. And they might not even get their ults up in time for them to react to you. But now, Meko W. It's a leg that you know. But now, Agilities plops down his ult, nice and casual. Meko can't eat it because he used the wall to block the LOS, right? And then, Outlaws has to panic, they have to split, and they all use their ults in panic mode. Meko throws his Diva Bomb up. Which, I mean, it's a decent Diva Bomb, right? But then they also mail, which nobody's in it. Muma's already frozen, so they have to nano him. And then they also beat.
Here I come.
Why does Jack say beat? I don't know, bro. They're in panic mode. They're like the enemy team used mail. Let's use 6 ultimates. You counter this atrocity of an ult. And of course Beast dies to the Mayo. But even if Outlaws win this fight, really bad. Like, cause then next fight, you're just gonna have the Shatter, the Diva ult, the Beat, and the McCree ult. Like, and this is like a way better spot to hold than this. Free. Missed the Shatter too.
Routing power to forward shield.
Then they get walled again.
It's hand down.
And then they get shattered on. That's a big shatter too. Nice beast. But Jesus. That's like the worst possible fight you can have. Now the enemy team has 2 ults to win the next fight, right? They get the hold the arch.
You were asking for it.
Like they really need to like go aggro. Like the enemy team is coming into you. You're splitting up too, so you can get good walls. But they're just not using their abilities aggressively. The fact that the Outlaws are doing this and the Defiant lose is really disheartening, yeah. Definitely. I mean, as I said before, I think both these teams are bottom 5 McCree teams, right? But then both teams are somehow really good at dive, so they're probably gonna do better next week. Well, like,
Cheers, love.
they play the dive better than they do to McCree. Thank you for the follow, K Strander.
Now, hold on.
Okay,
Time
therefore
to
goes for
read,
El
my
Flanco. And this is good, right? Like, just doing little flex like this. It doesn't get you killed oftentimes. And you get the May Ice Block and the Nade. That's big value right there. Those are 2 big cooldowns. Now if you get a wall on hydration, you're going to swing on him and he can't Ice Block. Nevex gets stuck. Big deal. But again, I feel like if you're the Defiant right now, you have wall up in 2 seconds. Use that shit. Throw your Diva Bomb in. Go, go, go. Looks like they will too. The Diva Bomb. Which causes chaos, right? Is what you want. Great wall too. Forces the defensive wall. Beast pins while the Diva Bomb goes up. So that's a good setup, right? And it's all because there's no ults on the Outlaws, so they can't like make their own plays. Oftentimes ults are set up with, like plays are set up with ults, right? But like this is just good.
Don't move.
It's expected in a fight where you have 0 ults.
Now show them.
Also kill hydration. Dude, this is booming in my brain. How do the Outlaws win this? I don't understand. Nevik gets slept. Good wall here actually to save Nevix. But it does bait wall. And not having wall is a big, big deal. Like it's a really big deal. Now, Hydration's just gonna aggressive wall agility or beast. And there's gonna be no counter wall from agilities. Whoa! You see that shit? That was great, Outlaws. You should use the speed boost. Speed boost, which you're using right now. The nano boost. Hit the wall in conjunction more often. I love this play. You're doing it, guys. Look, it's working.
It's high noon.
A beat comes out. See? Now they're forcing ults. This is great. Echo does get slept. That opens up Sherford to using his ult. But again, they forced out ults by being aggressive. What you want to do. And then Sherford pops his ult, his beast charges on it, and it was honestly unlucky that Meko got slugged.
Oh, yeah!
Shoot you down.
Good high noon there. Hydration didn't have wall because he used it aggressively, right? Still, I like that play. It forced beat and it forced high noon.
Defense switch activated.
Still, Outlaws win this game. Oh, that's a good wall. Forces the counter wall, which is fine, right? Because then you're gonna get your wall up first again. Kind of what you want. To get for choke.
不洗澡。
Use the ult aggressively. The Creel. Agility's ults. That is. Hello? Agilities. Hello? That's not good.
It's
冻住
time.
不洗澡。
Doesn't see the diva. But the diva was with the team, guys. Little did he know. The diva was there. That's really easy to react. Oh, and then he died. Oh, no, he. Oh, no, he got.
This will
That's a pro.
أوريهم قوتك.
Okay.
Powerful!
Yeah, more people die. He didn't have wall, so he couldn't wall mail. But I mean, I think a Creel like that should want a disengage. Because they use it so early and so aggressively, right? McCreel's really good at creating space for your team. And the worst thing is, Defiant didn't just use Creel, they used the Ana ult too. And did they use the beat? Maybe not the beat. Oh, maybe they didn't even use the net. Oh yeah, they did use it.
It's time.
So yeah, I think. Where did he nano?
وريهم
Oh, he
قوتك.
nanos the Rhine? There's no May wall, so. Yeah. Oh, right. And then he gets walled off. Okay, good wall there. But yeah. That's what Creel's really good at. Getting through a choke like that. There wasn't a May wall, so it's really good usage, right? Like, Agility's had to use the May wall earlier defensively. So smart. Speed boost McCreel from Outlaws. And then it's a shame that we still used the Nano, because Nano on this retake would have been great.
Nerfed it.
Oh boy. Wait a second. Outlaws play aggressively? They used a Diva Bomb aggressively. This is the line of play that I like. Let's see.
Boosters engaged.
They have an ult advantage. Check. Echo uses Diva Bomb aggressively. Which if you have good spots for it, I love it. Especially when the enemy team doesn't have mail. I really hate it when the enemy team has mail, because then they get the mail for free. Yeah. It goes over, so Agility tries to block it, but it goes over the wall. Is Kareem gonna die to this? This is great placement too, because you can't hide on this side, you can't hide on this side. Kareem maybe should have gone over here, but that's hard, right? Kareem's gonna die to this, and that just wins you a fight, right? Just picking the Ana like that. Aggressive ult usage, guys. Hi, Kitty Bean. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god. And hydration blocks the shatter. With the wall. This is a whole different kind of Outlaws. They're using their cooldowns aggressively. I think somebody in comms must have said, hey guys, we're playing like a bunch of bitches. Let's step it up a notch. Whoever said that did a good job. Let's use our ults here. You know. about to jog and watch.
Payload has
Hog.
reached the checkpoint.
Being healthy and watching my stream, that's pretty damn good. That's all I'm saying. I can't watch stuff when I'm jogging. Even on the treadmill. I can't focus on... I'm a guy. I can't focus on two things at once. It's too hard. My brain can only do one thing at once. Now it's analyzing some Overwatch. Okay, so again, because the Outlaws went so aggressive last fight, they only used the Diva Bomber, and they now have 4 ults. Basically 5 ults. So if they use their ults aggressively again here, that would be great. Like, they can wall Beast, they can nano Muma. They nano Muma. I like it the other way around a little bit more, where you wall first and then nano. But still, aggressive play forces defensive wall. They get aggressive nade too. Stun is blocked. Muma gets slept. But then they... So hydration seems to always keep wall for enemy high noon, which is interesting. And I think it's a good line of thinking. But I also feel like they can trust Mecha a little bit more to eat it, right? Good wall here though. Uma slept right now. Hydration pops his ult. Good. And then they also beat. But I don't like this beat. This beat seemed useless. But overall the cooldown usage again aggressive. Like this beat seems because everyone is still full HP, right? And the high noon's already over. Maybe he was scared of the high noon. But that beat a little too early. I'd want them to be more aggro for when you use it. Again, like forcing the cooldowns here is good, right? Now links her ults. Again, it's really aggro. But again, the wall is used, so you have a good opportunity there. Agility's ults. They wall links her up on the high noon, which is great. A lot of teams do this. A good way to like get a good vantage point, get a good angle. Also, something teams have been doing more is like throwing in Diva Bomb and then walling the Diva Bomb up. So the bomb explodes on top of the Diva wall. It's very smart. And I love those kind of plays for Diva wall, right? Or like from May wall, right? Very creative. Enemy team doesn't always expect it. Aggressive Diva Bomb comes out for Nevix. Will Raucus dodge? Raucus did dodge. Elixir kills another one. Oh boy. So since that like 6 ult fight, I think someone in the Outlaws Discord or in the Outlaws voice chat must have said, "Hey guys, we're playing like a bunch of bitches right now. Let's use our cooldowns, you know. Let's just be a little aggro with it. Be a little nice with it." And like that Diva Bomb from Meko killing Reeve right there, that's what wins you fights, right? Like aggressive ult usage. If you're always the one on the receiving end, oftentimes you have to counter the enemy team with more ults than they actually use, and with more cooldowns than they use themselves. And you want to use your cooldowns aggressively, and you want to force the enemy team to use theirs defensively. Of course, with stuff like Maywall, you want to use it smart, because if the Rhines are a million miles away, then Maywall and the enemy Rhine isn't going to do anything. Not going to force anything. So you still have to be smart. But if you do it smart, then aggressive cooldown usage is great. Okay, so Elixir tries to get a pick with Widow. I don't know if the Outlaws notice, but their McCree's didn't spawn right now. They're pretty far up. So it's kind of lucky this wall misses. But if that would have hit Muma and Elixir is there, that's scary. But yeah, Agility's kind of waste wall there. And now Hydration gets to use his wall. It's a great wall, right? Because it's like right behind Beast. Agility doesn't have wall, obviously, and Kareev and Surefoot can't really help Beast right now.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
Okay. Beast gets slapped around a little bit. Hydration does get stunned. Has to use his ice block. And Agility used this wall again, and it didn't get anything again. Like, now Hydration has wall advantage again, and he's gonna use it. Right? If he like uses it properly here. Of course, Defiant still far back, but look, wall's still on a 3-second cooldown. They kind of have to wait for this, but they also have to touch the point. They start going. Beast shield takes 1,000,000 damage. Wall comes out. It's not the greatest of walls. I would have liked to see it like connect, block Kareev off, but
APM 좀 올려볼까?
Neko blocks heals. The shield breaks because Defiant had to push, right? Because they've been messing up their shield usage and they were holding so aggressive. Well, I mean the wall usage and they were holding so aggressive. The Beast just dies because there's no shield. And then fight's over. So honestly, those messed up walls, and you see again how important the wall usage is, right? The messed up walls from agilities cost Beast so badly because he has to go aggressive on those walls, right? Because you still want to make use of them. But because nobody gets walled off, your shield takes 1,000,000 damage. You have to shield, otherwise you get frozen. Outlaws take that. It's really hard to defend King's Row first point as well. But honestly, after that 6-ult disaster, Outlaws started playing a lot better. There was aggressive ult usage. The fight didn't always have like an answer or a good answer. And I really like the aggression there. And I think if they lose that map, they probably lose the series. But because they win that map, they end up winning the series. And now we're gonna get into it. Now we're gonna really get into the nitty gritty. The dive's gonna come out for these two teams. So I'm going to go to the toilet real quick and get some coffee. So I will be right back. See you guys in a bit. Juice acquired. We continue with Dive v Dive. Now we get to the nitty gritty. We haven't seen this that much at all yet.
Incoming in 30 seconds.
And this character, this Sama character right here, little character, this purple character, this character right here that has a translocator,
I might need this.
invis, and hack. I expect to see her a lot next week. And you guys should too. There'll be a lot of Sombra played. You heard it here first. And then this character has a shield, has armor packs. Also nice skin and a bunch of armor. You'll see her played a lot too. You heard it here first. Brig and Sombra almost perma-picked. Trust me on this one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Attackers incoming.
So Defiant
Objective
not
A.
opting to go dive on the attack. You can play dive on the attack, but Doomfist in general is when they play dive. When Agilities can play Doom and Surefour can play Sombra, right? But Doom is not great on attacks. Because their Doom just gets to sit on high ground and you have to like rotate with your team to somewhere. So getting engaged on low ground by a Doomfist when you are Doomfist is like really bad. And it's hard to like get in because the enemy diva will just fly on you. So you can't really set up flanks either. So if you want to play dive here, then you either have to play Sombra Tracer or Tracer Genji. Or Sombra Genji, I mean. And I guess that's just not what the Defiant want. They could play Sombra Genji. But the Genji doesn't do too much against Anna Brig. Brig is really good anti-dive. Brig is like the anti-dive character. So this rush comp makes a lot of sense from the Defiant. Especially because when you play the Ana, it's obviously easier to kind of get picked on rotation than when you play the Moira. Moira makes a lot of sense. And then what Muma wants to do is like farm a lot of Monkey Health Charge. I don't know if he needed to use this bubble. I'd rather use this bubble on this door. But the general is just he holds close to the doors. Dante tries to go for hacks. Blase goes in when he sees an opportunity, right? Maybe that's going to be like when he drops here and goes for it. And then Jexay really wants to armor Dante and Blase when they go aggressive, right? Because the armor doesn't do that much for tanks because they already have armor and have a big health pool. But it does a lot for like Sombra when he has 200 HP. Doomfist he has 250 and he gets a little bit more. But it's still very good. Blase goes in early, which means his engage just gets shielded. So I don't really like that. I think you either need to like go earlier here, like on the rotation, or you go for the second door. Agilities gets a good wall here though. But I should be able to rotate high ground, which is what Defiant want. Because once you take this space, it's going to be a lot harder to get dived on. Also, they want to roll over Jexay and Raucus or go to the point, right? Okay, so Muma now doesn't have bubble. With that, he can't engage without bubble. Bunko is like you can't do a lot on Monkey when you don't have bubble. Raucus fights back. And then Defiant go on point, right? So this makes a lot of sense. Maybe they could have caught Jexay in rotation there. If they had wall up, they could maybe wall up this. But they decide to just go to point, which is also a good call, right? It's just up to the Outlaws now. Set up good flanks on point, try and get a hack. They have a hack on Agilities right now, but they can't really engage on it. And then see when Muma gets bubble again. And then on the bubble they want to engage. So he has bubble. Muma goes in, gets booped obviously by the Lucio. And they all converge when the bubble comes down. This is just good dive play. And look at how much Dante already has on EMP. Dante's been doing a really good job at farming that. EMP is like the biggest ult you have in dive. And it's just so important to get. Muma's like really far on the monkey ult too. And honestly, I feel like the Defiant are kind of putting themselves in a corner here. Like, Nemix is hacked, which makes sense. But this wall is like, it doesn't wall anyone. They just need to like go in. They need to, one, kill this bubble. Two, Surefour needs to be like in the face of the Winston, right? Now goes for Blase, but he gets punched and gets his force. Like, this is really bad for Defiant in general, and I need to see more damage on the monkey. Freeze the monkey to finally kill the monkey. Calyx does die, but I mean, that's a pretty good trade overall. Reeves hacked now. Dante's been getting all the hacks, dude. Guy's so good at Sama. We're gonna get EMP here. Uses it. Obviously, Defiant don't expect him to have it yet. Build it so quickly. End up dying, but I mean, fight should be over. Outlaws, use the monkey ult and the EMP, right? But they get to charge those ults pretty quickly too. I think when Defiant was on point, they really needed to like have a moment where they like went aggressive and pushed out. Oh my god! A 6-man nade from Raucous. Oh my lord. Wait a minute. So he sees the rotation. Boom. 6-man nade. That's so big. Like, I feel like with that big of a nade, you almost want to just nano your doom and just go in, you know? So maybe that's what they'll do here. But that's definitely like a cue where you can engage. Oh my god. And then they don't walk, like they don't shield properly. Calyx gets killed on rotation. And the nade is still active, like, so insane. Yeah. That's right.
Powerful. And I'm
Look at how much Muma farms there. Holy crap. That day was insane. And now they win that fight with only one ult. They get to charge their EMP, they get to charge their monkey ult again, right? But just that nade wins in the fight. Like, almost exclusively, right? And it shows how good Ana can be when the enemy team has to rotate. Sitting on these high ground. Honestly, like, their rotation isn't even that bad. Like, they want to go in here. Maybe them doing the same thing twice isn't great. But this wall should, like, block a lot of the engage. And then once you get high ground, you're in a really good position. You get the point?
Engaged.
And now Muma's going to get ult. Dante's almost has the EMP too. Even though Defiant has a bunch of ults, right? I feel like the ults on the dive side are, like, the strong ults. Get another big nade, but now they can just wait it out. No reason to go in. For some reason, Reed goes aggro, but he was fine. Forces Dante out. Reed's gonna need to fade to get bad.
Cheers, love. The
Let's sort of
cavalry's
follow
here.
notable gecko. Didn't even need to fade. Did fade. Now they actually make it. This is a better wall even than before.
Taking off.
Raucous goes for another aggro nade. Hits again. Raucous has been hitting these nades, dude. But, I mean, this one doesn't matter too much because there's no Winston nearby to go on this. It just slows the Defiant down a little bit. Cooldown on nade is low enough that you can throw him out like this. Okay, so good wall, right? So they do something different than they did last time. Last time they went straight to point. Now they actually go for the wall. I feel like they maybe could have went for this earlier when Jaxay and Raucus were like here, right? Could have caught them on rotation. But Winston's a lot harder to just get. You can just jump out. Ult too, so I think Muma's fine here. Yeah. But again, it's not like it costs that much to do this, right? Like if they had done that earlier and caught the break here, who would have been inside this room, they can catch her because they have the speed. Ooh, but Kellex hacked now. So what Kellex really wants to do is he wants to like hide and beat the EMP. But when you're stacked up on point like this, that's very hard. You're gonna have to like use this pillar. Now he's hacked. Now Muma dives in, right? So Dante's been like super effective on the attacks. Does Kellex get the limb? No, he does not. Waze is on him.
Routing power to forward shield.
Let's see how he got that hack. Oh, not they even know. I mean, this hack. This is the second time where Kellex has kind of been caught on rotation. Kellex is trying to hide because he knows the EMP is coming. But he's so far away from his team that the invisible Sombra is.
Time to raise my APM.
Oof. That is very rough for Kellex. Not having a good time right now.
Routing power to forward shield.
Muma uses ult. They're also gonna EMP. Hope they don't use any more. Oh my god. He even kills the ulting Moira. But like Defiant's still 5 ults, but just because they have to rotate the point, they don't get to use them first, oftentimes. So it's just good ult rotation from the Outlaws. And Kellex dying that last fight, right, made Dante farm another EMP. And EMP is like the most dangerous ult on the Outlaws. So now that they have that out, hopefully they can win next push. Nevix is getting staggered. Dante's gonna go farm more ult. You always do on Sombra, right? You always go into the spawn, try to farm. Especially on Divas. Divas are like farmable. Okay. Again, aggressive ult usage from the Outlaws. After that 6 ult deficit, or like that 6 ult usage on King's Row, they must have like talked and said, hey, we're freaking playing so passive, man. We just gotta go. Rox is using every nade aggressively. It's most of them. Meko eats the male because they're playing so aggro that Defiant are forced to do things, right? And now Defiant is screwed, right? Male just got eaten. Kellex is dead again. Meko does die while Diva bombing. And then Blase comes in with the ult, right? Because they're using their cooldowns aggressively. A very impressive hold. And honestly, this shows the strength of like this Outlaws comp, right? I feel like if you are Defiant, especially that first fight, you really could have went more aggressive on Muma. Like when he uses bubble, I feel like his bubble needs to insta die. You need to push him out. Like these tanks can't be in your face. And you need to try and rotate into the supports because they have no speed boost. Defiant does.
10 seconds.
There are a few things they could have done. Okay. Finally comes back in with the beat. Oh, Muma dies. Muma had ult. Muma, no! Devil. Could have
Overtime.
Could have used ult when he heard the shatter come out, but he doesn't. That's rough. He was trying to like use it at the last second, right? But then he gets shattered, so he can't use it. That is a shame. Muma's dead, but Toronto now actually have a chance to win this. There's still a few ults on the Outlaws, and they're using Rally right now, which is also a really, really good ult. Rally just ended.
Apagando las luces.
Dante goes for the EMP, gets 4, but he dies. And I mean, it's not like Moira's like a Zen, right? He doesn't like to die. Blase punches Kellex though, who's on the point. And Meko flies in to kill Surefour. They make still big plays on the EMP. And these overtime spawns are long. These overtime spawns are really long. It's all about, like, now they're even. All about who dies next. Obviously, Defiant have to go to point. Man. Blase ends up dying. Winnable. Winnable. Okay, Big Nate comes in again. Where is the office? Oh, but yeah. Outlaws helped that because good EMP usage, good nades. They were able to farm their Winston ult like every fight. And then I feel like the Defiant were just like letting things happen, kind of like that first fight. It's up a little bit. Like this first fight, they're in prime position to win this fight right now. They're like in god-tier position. So they see Raucus over here on the rotate. Does Agilities have wall? Yes, he does. In 1 second. So I really feel like if you wall this off right now, and you just go for Raucus, he's free. Like he's free, but then they decide to drop. Like Jexay's free too, right? If you went for this. Because the Ryan swings on Brig really hard, right? So if you could like speed boost in, get on them, that'd be better than this. Now that doesn't always happen because most of the time the supports play a little more passive. So you can't always catch them. But this is oftentimes what happens. And this is still fine for the Defiant, right? Like Outlaws and Dante and Muma are only 50%. I feel like you want to hold more aggro though. Like, no one's hacked right now. Meko drops in. Like, you want to hold up here, I feel. Like, you're scared of the Doomfist punches. But again, you're just going to get Doomfist punch back here, too. So you want to hold more aggro. Want to make sure that, you know, when someone drops, you wall this off. And then you just try to freeze them. Like, Agility's getting no value right now from his Mei. And then Muma even commits jump. So this is when you'd like speed boost into Muma, right? They have speed boost. So they should just go on Muma really hard right now. And then I think they win the fight. But instead, they just kind of sit there. Like only Beast really goes. But like, just Nevix being low HP isn't a reason to not go in. Like Muma getting this much ult charge, just from zapping, is like an atrocity. Like that should never happen.
Get through this.
Like you're playing a rush comp, not a standstill comp. It's not goats. You don't have as much healing. I mean, it kind of is goats, but in goats you also had the Brig, right? So more healing. But like even with goats, you'd be going in. You have to punish that monkey when he uses his jump like that. So a bunch of mistakes on the Defiant first fight. Then second fight, Raucus gets the massive nade, right? So there's not much you can do there except for hoping that either Beast shields it or Nevix eats it. But once that nade hits, you're kind of screwed.
Initiating match.
And then after that, the enemy team just rotates ults on you, really. Like, 5 ults are really good.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
So I very much feel like the Defiant had their chances there, you know? It's not like the Outlaws defense was perfect. But they were just scared. Like they were sitting in a corner, like looking at this Winston, like this Winston's 6-man zapping us. What do we do? What do we do? Panic, panic. Stop panicking. Kill Winston.
Incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay. Let's see. So now, Defiant is playing the same comp on defense, right? We know Defiant's comfortable in this comp. Agility is a great Doomfist. Surefour is a great Sombra. Beast's best character is also Winston. And honestly, I expect them to play this week a lot as well. Maybe they'll have Logic Surefour in and they'll play Sombra Tracer. But this is the general concept that I expect Defiant will play this week with the hero bands. Because Ryan is banned and Moira is banned. Not as much counter to dive. Yeah. Okay. So Outlaws, they decide to go dive on attack, which is very interesting to me. I don't think the dive is that great on attack, to be honest. But again, they only need to win one fight with like EMP or something, right? So it makes sense. I don't know if Doom is the best pick here, but honestly, it's Blaze's best character. I don't mind the Doom, especially if you can get on top here. But I feel like what the Defiant should do is like look to engage on Raucus when he rotates. I feel like Raucus is very free. But again, what is this jump? Like, he's jumping to go cover high ground. But Raucus is here.
Boosters engaged.
And now I feel they've already, like, you know, not wasted their window. Because this is also a decent hold, right? But I feel like this is the strongest part of engage. Dante's now set up. Which, I mean, it's not too hard to set up with the Sombra, right? Invisibility. Beast dives Blase. Sees Dante hack him. Stops the hack. So, good job, Beast. Now, Blase and Agilities are going in a fight. Muma uses his bubble to stop the heals to hit Agilities, right? This bubble isn't to, like, block Agilities cooldowns or stop Agilities from damaging anything. No. The block Kariv's heals from hitting Agilities and healing them up. So it's a smart bubble. Okay, so Agilities has to go out. That's fine, right? Now you get a lot of space being the Outlaws. Okay. So somehow this pack isn't hacked. I feel like if you're the Toronto right now, you always want pack hack maybe. Okay, so they haven't hacked any pack. You kind of get a free hack at the start of the game. That seems weird to me. Therefore, should definitely just hack this pack so the enemy Sombra can't get it. Agilities gets randomly slept, so that's really good, right? That forces Beast Bubble. And like, your biggest tool in dive, I feel, is the Monkey Bubble. Like, Monkey Bubble is so strong. It stops Sombra hack from hitting you. It stops the enemy's Ana heals, right? It stops a lot of damage from hitting you. So this bubble being forced out, it's not a kill, it's not damage, but it's a big win here for the Outlaws. Bubble's on like a 12-second cooldown.
No time to raise my APM.
So like, even now, might seem like both teams are full HP, right? But Outlaws have got a big advantage right now. It's one, they've got space. Got all this space. Space is good. And there's no bubble for Beast right now. So Muma can go aggro. And then Beast won't be able to block off the heals on Muma. No bubble. Muma gets hacked though. Shouldn't happen if he has bubble. Can stop the hack with it. Nice engage here from Blase. He hits Kellex. So does Agilities though. So it's kind of like Beast got his bubble back, right? He engages with it. And Muma didn't use the window he had, so he got hacked. Oh boy. Blase dies because all the space was retaken by this bubble. And now Muma comes in with bubble. But they didn't really use the window where Beast didn't have his bubble. And I feel like in dive v dive, that's a big window. On. Blaze's dead right now. It's bad. They have the nano. And maybe you use it on like the Sombra to farm EMP. But I'm not sure if you want to use the nano here. Yeah, I guess you'd use it on the monkey, ideally. Oh, and the Brig and the Sombra always play together in dive v dive. Or the Brig and the Flex support. The Brig and the Ana in this case. They always want to play together in the dive v dive. Because it's so hard to dive these two together. Brig is really good at pocketing flex support. Now, they did get hit by a nade from Karib, so really good nade, which does get them killed. But if there was no nade, then there's no way they die. It's just the Winston. Fight's over. Mostly because Blase died. But again, and this is really good for Defiant, right? They have so many ults now. If they rotate ults properly, this could actually be a full hold. Okay, let's see how the Outlaws set up again. You want to clear space first. You can't just walk in. You need your Ana to have space. So you want to like carry the Ana to the top right. Uma jumps in. But again, I really feel like if people just go on Raucous en rotation. Where is Beast right now? Here. So again, they're doing the stair hold. But I think Ana's weakest in the rotation here. And they just set up for that a little better. Okay, Muma forces point, which puts a lot of pressure, right? Because they only need 1.5 tick. I feel like Nevix is the best person to go contest Muma because Diva kind of shits on Winston in the 1v1. Muma has ult though. Okay, so Agilities gets nanoed. And then Blase also gets. This is fine for the Defiant, I feel, because 4 people are looking at Agilities right. But they have to deal with the Winston. This is the guy they need to kill. Beast is sleeping right now. And Agilities has ult too. So if the hack starts on him, he gets the ult away. He doesn't. Honestly, that's pretty hard though. But the EMP comes in, but who can really follow up on it? Nobody. Tier 4's alone. Oh, Nevix is going in, but like Muma's still in the back line. I feel like you'd rather have the Sombra hacking move. And a boost tank. Fragility's here. Oh, he's won. Okay, he lives. Karib end up dying to Muma, which is like the worst. As the Defiant, your Ana dying worst character. You see how low Nevix is right now? He needs to get health back or he's never gonna get healed up. Karib is dead, so now the Outlaw should win. Massive plays from Muma. Some of them looking a lot more comfortable on Winston. Fine. And this makes me optimistic for the Outlaws.
Apagando las luces.
Dante comes in with a really good EMP. Like, I really like EMPing tanks, to be honest. Especially Winston when he's ulting. Like, Winston's so useless when he's hacked while he's ulting. He's just flailing around with his arm. Oh, Raucous does end up dying. Wait. Why?
Get clear.
Drops.
EMP activated.
Even bump him. He gets hacked. Kinda has to walk into Sure4. Who body blocks him. So nice job by Sure4 to body block that. Kills Raucous. That's good. Like that. Raucous would have probably lived there if he didn't get body blocked. That was a nice play. Good awareness. Now the tanks from the Outlaws go really low. Sure4 ends up dying to Blase though. What is even happening? Ults come out. People press Q. Karif comes back and dies to Diva Bomb as Lucio. It's Runner all over again. No. Kareem, no. Oh, he gets booped into it too. Booped into it. Or by Blase. Blase did a lot this fight. After this, he goes to kill the Sama too. Goes in with the fist. Knocks the beast. Oh. Okay. Agility somehow killed 3 people though. Blase
Time to raise
can
my
fist this.
APS.
60 seconds remaining.
The Doofus get kind of countered by the Samba too. And by Tracer and stuff. I expect Tracer and Samba to be played a lot next week. Okay. Is it over yet? Make it end. Agility tried.
Victory.
You really tried, team. After Raucus died, that was dicey. Raucus dies, Kellex dies. Kellex gets punched. When does he come back in? Kill fight.
Lose the battle. Hey there.
Oh, wait. I went too far.
Victory. 60 seconds remaining.
What if he kills Blase here? He win the game. He's no cooldowns though, no shots. Kind of unlucky. He's like, heal me team noobs. Have you done Paris versus ATO? Yes, I did. It's up on the YouTubes. You can look at the YouTube in the description of the Twitch channel. Punches are so stupid. Punch from behind a wall, and you go in.
Meteor strike.
That was nice too. He did the shift in the air, which boops him to the side, and then he like ease in.
Cavalry's here.
Make sure to follow Spino Zone.
Time to raise my APS.
60 seconds remaining.
Agility tried, guys. Sorry.
Get into position.
But I mean, the spawns are closer too for the Outlaws here. So like, trading is good. And you're gonna trade a lot in Divey Dive off. These characters have so much mobility, so you get to chase down the people that like flee from the fight a lot. Thanks for the content, because there's no problem, dude. I enjoy making content, so I'm glad you guys enjoy it too. Last map.
Ready for
Outlaws
battle.
domination right now. Their understanding of Divey Dive just seems a little bit better right now. Like, I mean, that really wasn't, the last map really wasn't won because of Divey Dive. It was won because of the great Outlaws defense, right, against the rush. Where Defiant didn't rush anything. They just kind of sat there. And then the attack to only get 1 tick. That's not a big. You can fail a lot and still get 1 tick.
5, 4, 3,
So honestly, there hasn't
1.
been
Attackers
too much
incoming.
Divey Dive action.
Stop the payload.
Routing towards forward barrier. Get through
Good start here. Beast gets slapped. I don't think Defiant's gonna play this. Are they? I don't think this comp is very good. I think Free May's great, right? I think Brig is great anti-dive. But why are you playing the Winston? Like, the Winston maybe to contest the high grounds, but I mean, you're not going to contest those anyway because there's so much mobility on the Outlaws. I really feel like the Rhine Shield is like block thing better, dude. Especially because you can also like hit on May phrases and stuff, cover the cart. Like, what's this jump gonna do? Just gonna get chunked out. Blase gets forced out. What do you think? punch, that's good. For the Toronto. Now, like, this is a decent setup for the Outlaws, right? They kind of just gotta go in. Uma has the bubble, but he used the jump just now. Fails his jump. So, like, I feel like if you want to hold this early, engaging isn't bad at all. Like, maybe you want to, like, kite back, but then you wouldn't be using jump this way. I feel like Brig is also a pretty good dive target. Big right here. Oh, they hacked the Winston.
APM 좀 올려볼까?
Nevix eats the nade though. And Beast gets naded. But that's a good hack. Dante's been popping off on the Sombra. Like, Dante's Sombra's so good. Pretty crazy. Blase sets up again. But again, they haven't dived yet. Okay, so now Muma goes in with the bubble. Jumps out because, honestly, bubble gets broken pretty quickly. Especially by a Kree. But I mean, it makes sense to, like, jump up and down, right? And go for engagement. Because these high grounds are the ones you want to abuse. Especially, you always want to fight and support. LOS, these supports are very aggressive right now. So you want to fight aggressively as well. If the supports were back here, then you'd want to fight more around here, right? But now they're here, so you can dive here. Makes a lot of sense. And then, like, deep beast contesting tanks isn't what you want to do. Like, if you want to play the monkey, then I think you have to just jump on supports and deny heals with your bubble. But this doesn't make too much sense to me. Like, a Ryan just standing with the team would be better here.
Defense matrix activated.
Now, Uma gets forced out, right? Rocket starts going back, but yeah, they just have to back out now because Muma jumped out. So now they have no, like, aggressive potential. Their bubble's probably on cooldown. Yeah, only for 1 second more. You always want to play off your bubble cooldown if you're playing dive. Blaze's in kind of an awkward spot here. Goes for the punch on Nevix and probably gets out. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. And now Muma has bubble cooldown again, right? So he's going aggro. I don't think you want to use your bubble up here at all. I think this is not great. Because the only threat here is Beast, but Meko should just shoot him, so... Oh. Agilities tries to wall up. That doesn't work, buddy. You need to use it on the payload. But, like... Yeah, I guess he was low. And because Beast also used his bubble, that's okay. But, like, you really want to use your bubble on, like, the enemy team. Brig.
I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
But, like, still, the cart's not getting pushed, right? This is great for the Outlaws. And they farm Nano Boost. So now they can Nano Boost Moom on the next engage. And they can actually go in, right? Because otherwise your Winston just gets blown up. There's so many stones. There's freezes. Just, especially if you're going to do this kind of stuff. The Winston doesn't make too much sense to me. Like, Beast is just sitting there. He's 0 HP. Gonna take Nano Boost, but what's he gonna jump? Right?
Apagando las luces.
Okay, so big EMP comes out. That's a 6-man EMP. Dante farms his EMP real quick. And then this feels like overcommitment to me. Like they used the Diva Bomb and the Nano Boost.
Nerf this.
That's a lot of ults from him.
I am unstoppable.
I feel like they could just use the EMP and win the fight off that. It was a 6-man.
All systems checked out. Game on.
And I also don't know if I like not Nano Boosted. Nano on Winston is really good. Divey dive. Oh, this gets jumped at. Dying.
I'm back in the
Trades
fight.
aren't too bad for Defiant though. The respawns are a lot longer here for the Outlaws, so they're gonna have to give up space now. Ooh, Agility's almost died there. But I mean, trades are coming back now. Blaze's looking to do some kind of cool stuff. I always like this on Doomfist. When you have ult, you can use like all your cooldowns for a rollout, and then you can ult and you get your cooldowns back. So watch what he. Not exactly a. But he's gonna do some cool stuff. Yeah, he does do cool stuff. He kills Sure for.
No chance.
Allah till
What is this meal, dude? That's a zoning man. Like again, it's not like Outlaws are winning like dive against Defiant. Defiant just don't know how to deal with dive as a team. Like they need to push the cart here, then they need to go high ground, then they need to push out high ground, and then they need to like rush into someone and go. You know. Don't like the Winston. Look, the Winston kind of gets wrecked by Sombra because he can't jump in like alone. Uma's killing people with the primal apparently in there. And again, Outlaws, you know, they use 2 ults, but they win the fight. The fight used their mail. Now Defiant have Rally. Rally's a really good ult, like especially against dive because armor's so good against dive. And Dante's Samba's just been phenomenal. Like the hacks he gets, and the amount of hacks he gets are really good.
Apagando las
I think
luces.
that's gonna be a big boon for Outlaws this upcoming week. Dante Samra. Okay, so Defiant walk out again. I feel like they should push out high grounds. Like if they just go here and walk up this, then Raucous and Dexa are gonna have to drop to like here and you get space, right? Like they just go cart every time. And then it's like easy pickings for the Outlaws because they're like all sitting on the high ground, they can jump up and down. The ports are placed very aggressively. Like, Nevix tries to go contest high ground, but what's he gonna do? Oh, Primal, but again, they're 1 down right now. And the Reaper's nanoed, but everybody's on high ground. Oof. Toronto's not looking too good this match.
I'm feeling
Team
unstoppable.
great individually. Like they make plays individually. It's like a team play. Okay, let's see what happens. The rest of this
Meteor
fight,
strike.
Alex ends up getting picked because it's still like a ton of, like finally they decide to go high ground. But again, they use their stairs instead of like on their stairs, which they could have taken before. Alex gets caught on rotation. Muma's nanoed right now. Not even a Reaper can really kill Nano Monkey. Ozik. Anna. Outlaws did have to use a bunch more ults this fight, but Defiant used their Rally, their Nano,
60
their
seconds
Winston ult.
remaining.
Ooh. Rough here for like they could even get full Elder, and then they finally swapped to the Ryan, which honestly makes a lot more sense with this whole comp. Like here's the real thing. I feel like when you play Mei, you need Ryan. Mei and Ryan synergize so well. That's why I also don't expect to see a lot of Mei play this next week. But yeah, Mei and Ryan, so good together. Because Mei freezes people so Ryan can swing in range, right? Mei walls people so Ryan can get in range. The fight again, it's run a cart. Like fuck these people on high ground, I guess. Jexay and Raucous are just up here. Been up here the whole game. Raucous can just go to this window and nade people. Like you really want, like this is what the fight should want to do. They have the Lucio speed down. They go under. They then go top. If the enemy team holds here, that's okay, right? Because you can walk up the high ground use a wall if you need to like disengage, and you want them to jump into you really. And then once you're here, then you can speed out into this, or if there's still people on the high ground, you can go get them, right? You need to clear this high ground here. Raucous and Jexay up here is like so impactful. It's done so much for the Outlaws. They just get 5 many impede again, which admittedly it would also happen if they were up here. But I feel like it's all about the nades coming in big here for the Outlaws. Like, you see what I'm talking about? Dude, Raucous and Jexay are just up here, bro. They're free healing. They're like freeloaders right now. Like, watch the next Raucous nade. Yes, it's gonna hit. It's gonna do a lot. I'm picking choose. Okay, so he misses it. But it could have been big, because he has all the space in the world. This part was when I got bored out of my mind. How do you get bored out of your mind? Jexay, drop! Jexay, you had one job. Sit up here with Raucous and give people armor. But no, you had to go and be the hero. And now, you get slapped. One job! One job! Goofy Sleepy David. Goofy Sleepy David. Predicting the Outlaws to win.
10 seconds remaining.
Target practice.
I mean, but at the end of the day, Defiant did use a bunch of ults. He used the Reaper ult, the May ult, Diva ult. Did Muma did kill Nevix. Oh, they stagger Raucous too. But that's good, right? And the Rhine makes a lot of sense. I don't know why they played the Winston before, but the Rhine May combo, why you really play the Rhine, right? You get the wall people off, and then the Rhine gets to slap them. Slapperoos. But they finally capped, but that was a phenomenal defense by the Outlaws, right? And now, even now, they have a lot of ults still. We almost had a draw on the route out today, but Numlock carried too hard. Did you play against Niriki today in Contenders Trials? How did that go? I wasn't able to watch the matches. Did you win? What happened? Niriki win? You won free too. Nice. So now you're #1 seed or what? Or do you still have to play Shoes Money Crew in the finals? Soon. Okay, so Outlaws aggressive. They hacked the Diva again. So like Dante getting all this hacks, like especially pre-fight, I really feel like you should be able to cancel a hack pre-fight. Plays Shoes Money Crew tomorrow, so no break from you. Okay, good luck, dude. But like, Sombra hacks are like really quick, right? So me saying this is easy, and I don't want to sound too easy, but again, this is the highest level of play, right? Nevix is spy checking. Way harder at the moment on 0 ping. Nevix is shooting stuff. And he tries to react but can't. I guess it is really hard, yeah. Okay, but good boop.
Powerful, and I'm not even
Or
angry.
whatever that was, I don't know. I think Alex booped him. But Muma gets Nat out really early. So now I feel like, oh, he's outside of audio range? Okay, that makes a lot. Dante's really good at something. What the fuck was that? They just pinned Muma. What? Look at this pin, bro. Wait a second. He just goes for the pin. Trusts on the wall. They pin him like on top of the wall, which is funny to me. Then he drops back. Oh, that's a nice wall, bro. That's a really good one. Uma's unsure about life right now. So they force Nano, they force Dumo. This is so far is really good for the Defiant. Uma tries to jump out but fails miserably. Force the Sombra out. So this is what you really want right now. All they have to focus on is the front line. They can roll over this break. D.Va goes high ground, but again, they push that out too. There's a D.Va right in the middle of your team, guys. Expect Nevix to go push out this D.Va. Top instead. Therefore. Why is it Nevix? Oh, nice shatter from B. Right inside the bubble. It's Dante too. Which honestly is pretty lucky because Dante was close to EMP. That should shut up the fight, right? Like once you have the enemy team in front of you as the rush comp, should be able to win a lot of the time. They weren't able to kill anyone in that shatter somehow. Which baffles me.
Don't mess with me.
Apagando las luces.
He comes out. I'm in the chatter, right? No. Go back. Why didn't they kill anyone? Chatter comes out. Dante gets booped outside. Why does Dante get... Is it a swing from Beast? Because I feel like if you know Dante almost has the EMP here, you really want to kill him. Dante has the armor. And slap comes in from Beast, which boops him a little bit. And the second slap doesn't hit him. Jexay stuns. Outside of the bubble for everybody else. Sure force diving, right? Okay. Nice stun for Jexay. You kill Crocus.
Apagando las luces.
Bubble's so good. 6-man EMP. Not again. Every time, man. But I mean, as Moya, it's not the biggest deal in the world. You'll have all the like heat. They end up done. Fight's over. This is all. Try to save agility. Agilities get saved by Muma. Yeah, it is. You get the armor too. Armor's so stupid, dude. Get bubble. Be Muma. He hate agility. Oh, you gotta be on the other side of him to boop him. That's the oh, okay, so he gets booped away. Okay, he gets booped away, and that's why he hits agilities back into his... That makes sense. Steve's getting screwed by... Yeah. I feel like Defiant as a whole split a lot. They don't really know how to use the Reinhardt. First point they were playing Winston. I mean, this is like the right play. I feel you want to play under this so that the enemy team can ping pong up and down. Uma has to jump out, right? That's good. Good card push. Agilities can also play under here, so can Kellex. Agilities is gonna get hacked. I mean, not too big of a deal. There's a lot of cover. A ping pong card again. Agility should be freezing right now. Careful, he gets punched by Blase. But how, bro?
Seconds remaining.
He's Jackson, like Jackson. And I guess Blase just drops on his ass. Up a punch. Sleep is missed. Then he doesn't shift. He's a little too greedy, I guess. Punch into the wall. Doofus fun character. Muma does get chucked, right? So like, I really feel like if that's the situation, you just want to put a lot of pressure on the cart. If you don't want to like play like that, right? Play really stally, have the enemy team engage on you, then you have to go and push out the high ground. You can go walk around, go up here, can push them off, and then drop, right? Because you have the Lucio, the enemy team doesn't. You get to rotate into them. Okay, wall off checks, eh? Meko eats agility's ult again. Oh, no, we. Every time. Got a lot of ult. Knows agility is ult. Agility's just froze it on Jaxay. Meko's to the side here.
Defense matrix
I
activated.
see. I really feel like if you are Defiant though and you are on the low ground like this, you really just want to focus on the cart a lot. You have the Mei, go freeze people on cart and make them jump. Okay. It's down. This all happens because sheer force, right? Really hard to win the fight when your main damage source is dead.
30 seconds.
Agility swaps to Doomfist. So he's done with playing Mei. He's getting hacked too much, bro. Gotten too many ulti. Okay. They gotta get the cart, right? It's 10 seconds.
10 seconds remaining.
So this play. Kappa? He's got to.
See you later.
Get inside the cover again. I mean, this is fine. Like, playing under here is fine. But I really feel like your Mei needs to be like... They don't have a Mei right now, right? But last fight. Your Mei needs to be inside of the Rhine. People.
Apagando las luces.
EMP comes out. It hits
Meteor strike.
4 people. Sure, dies because of it. Nevix comes in the bomb though. Good bomb. Killing's attack twice. Dude, Dante's EMPs were really good. Dante's Samba play. I said about this play, right?
I might need this later.
I don't think. I think Mei does enough. They just misplayed it. You just need to push out that with Mei, right? You don't go cart. You go push out high grounds. Take this high ground, right? Then, if the enemy team is still up here, you wall them off. You speed into them if they're up there. If they drop, fine, right? Then you drop the cart because then everybody's low ground and you're good. But Mei does good on rotation. And like, that's what they should have done first point as well. But they just like go low ground, sit there.
0 to 1. Switching sides. Initiating match. Three, two, one. Attackers incoming.
Toronto doesn't know what a rotation.
Stop the payload.
Sure, but they're a professional OWL team. I will judge them just as I would judge any other team. So now Defiant is playing the same comp on defense, right? This is like their bread and butter comp. They've played this in the past. Like, we're going to outdo Outlaws, who played this comp earlier. So Outlaws says, yeah, we'll take the challenge, bro. Honestly, offensive Doomfist isn't that great in my opinion, because it's very hard to, like, get on the high ground. It's easy, right? Especially if the enemy team is controlling them. You have to often use your cooldowns to, like, you know, re-engage. which Toronto can abuse, but Toronto have like weak ass sauce positioning. Therefore, is like not even sure where he is right now. He needs to be in position to hack. What is happening for Toronto right now? Like the Reaper Sombra.
Come on.
I like Sombra for Sombra, both are fine. But I don't understand. Was Sherford just laid out a spawn?
3. Ready for battle.
No. Trying to like farm me and feed this early? But why?
Stop the payload.
See
Wait,
you later.
scouts the comp and then goes back. But you don't have a Samba then. Your Samba should be like up here and already have the translocator back there. Because it's not like you're gonna swap character. So confused. Why he would do that. I mean, I don't care where you play. Like, it's all up to their strat, right? Maybe they want to hold further back. But I feel like if they're going to commit Monkey here, that they have to have the Summer. Because he's doing nothing right now. And they're all going in. Okay. So they rotate out. Maybe their strat is just to hold back. Which can be okay, right? It's not the end of the world. Holding this is fine, my opinion. You can hold the high ground, that's good. And then they go in like now. Also seems like you're either gonna hold this high ground or you're gonna be aggro, right? But their supports are in a pretty defensive position, you know? I guess they are diving in support LOS, so that's good. And Surefoy isn't ready. Echo Canada's Beast.
Time to raise my APM.
I guess they went in because they had the bubble advantage, which is a really big deal.
Get through this.
Good. Yeah, I like them going in when they have bubble advantage. That's so important in a dive mirror. Like if you have bubble, the enemy team doesn't. You can screw them up, especially when you're playing Ana. Because Ana can't heal for bubble, obviously. It's hard for this comp to break bubble in general. Like, nobody really has big... Like, maybe D.Va has a lot of bubble damage. But, like, bubble has 600 or 800. I think bubble has 600 HP. So, like, that's a lot of HP to, like, try and break with, like, a D, right? Bubble is so important. Rockus is just sitting here. He's just waiting to get things. Try to heal his team. How did Rockus end up there, dude? I feel like it just happened when it split up. They're waiting for your boy Jaxay to respawn. Rockus is Cubby trying to heal people. Everybody's just like looking at him. Hey guys, Rockus is in there. Guys, go kill Rockus. End up killing Rockus, which is like, this is really bad, right? Like, you don't want to stagger like this, especially when you already have that, dude. And now they're aggressive again, right? They're looking for opportunities. Uma's gone for a flank. Dante's calling like, hey, the Ana's here alone? Which is a valid call. I feel like if you can hack Ana, he's like pretty free. Especially when Kellex is here. I don't know why Kellex and Reeve aren't playing together. They really should be. Like, I feel like there's no reason to not play these two. Why is he not there? Like, because he can boop Muma mid-jump. He can stun Muma when he goes in. He can AoE heal Kariv. Right? And then Kariv gets hacked right here. This is a nice engage. But why is Kellex not with him?
I'm coming for you all.
And then Kellex does try to save him. But, you know. That's like bad support position. Kellex should have been there. Like I feel like there's almost no reason to leave your flex support as a brig unless the enemy team has already like used both dive cooldowns on your dive tanks and then you want to AoE heal them, right? Or you have rally and you want to play really aggressive, but then oftentimes the flex support also goes aggressive. Anyway, Kariv dies, so fight's basically lost for 2. Because flex support dead. A really big deal. Oh well. And the big thing here is they only had to use 2 ults, right? Defiant used nothing because the Ana hits it. A 700 health shield? I thought it was 600. But I guess I'm wrong. But yeah, it takes really long to break bubble with Doomfist Summer. Not a good count for breaking bubble. Winston bubble is very OP. Okay. So Defiant goes for the weekend test. They have a bunch of ults. And honestly, they kind of want to use them first because Outlaws is coming close on their EMP, right? And obviously, if you get EMP, you can't use any ults. So Dante gets it. Dante knows that Defiant has a lot of ults, so he uses it quickly on both tanks. I kind of like this. I feel like Zambas are waiting too much for perfect EMPs. This is like a good EMP, so just take it, you know? Take the initiative. Obviously, Defiant still has a million ults. But you can burst down tanks, that's really big. Good stun there from Jexay. So you see how Jexay and Rock is always playing together? I love it. EMP comes in for Defiant. It's very big. So much visual clutter on my screen. But good thing we have that 25 speed. Oh, was buffed. Toronto came with a nice second EMP. They also use Rally, which is really strong. It's not looking too bad for Outlaws. They're still getting kills. Somehow. Abilities went deep there and then didn't go out. Did he get slept? Yeah, he got slept. Oh, so nice sleep from Raucus there. First nice stun, and then Raucus sleeps him. That's perfect. Holy crap, they dealt with that Doomfist well. Like, that's exactly... This is how you win. This is how you clutch up and win fights here. Sleeping a nano boosted Doom who also has ult. That's massive. Fucking very squishy. So good nade. It hits the midi deep. Very important. Then Rally comes out. And they go and hack the fist. No, agility still could have ulted. He gets stunned again. I think not ulting there is pretty great, to be honest. Like after he wakes up. Nice sleep and stun. Outlaws re-engage. They do so with Diva Bomb. Tell me. And they hacked the Winston while they did. Oh my god! That's a big that's a perfect bomb placement. That hits like everything. It's a little bit inside here. It hits inside the choke here. It hits all the staircase and this. That's a good bomb placement. Pack management. Okay. I'm not going to go too much individual stuff. Pack management is obviously really important, right? But takes a long time to like check how both teams are using it. I don't want this VOD review to be like 6 hours. We're almost at 4 hours already. I'll try to fit under 4 hours. But that's something I might go check out when I have time on my own. This bomb from Meko is really good. One, because Beast's bubble is gone, because he used it aggressively, right? 12-second cooldown on that. And perfect bomb position. That sleep? No. How does that sleep hit, bro? Where is Raucous?
Activating self-destruct sequence.
What they say, a payload in motion stays in motion.
Sleep comes in here. Must hit his tippy toe. Oh my god, it hits his wing! Wrecked on the wing there. Even looks like it missed. That's big.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
That ends the fight. So again, the bubble, dude. The frickin' bubble is so important. You know the bubble's out, Diva Bomb kills become a lot more likely. Fine. I should put it on my spacebar, you're right. So much work though. Let me see. All my things got messed up too. Pause, pause, pause. Where's pause, dude? I'll go pause. Now we're at hyper technology here. Okay, so again, the fight set up on high ground. This high ground is really strong, right? Like this high ground, if you can plant your supports up here, it gives overview over the cart, which is very important. You want to heal your Winston from here. So honestly, obviously Outlaws is gonna do everything they can to like contest this. They already have a flank going right, especially because Jexay has ult. This flank makes a lot of sense, right? Because they can Jexay ult in. Everybody can die from low ground. And then you can fight on that. Dude, I hate these skip buttons. I always just drag the thing. Skip 20 is stupid. They should make it skip 5. But I love this. This is a smart flank. Like, going for high ground here is so important. And they left everybody that can dive up on the low ground. They put Dante behind Kariv already, so Dante can hack Kariv. Let's skip frame, yeah. Hey KC, how are you doing? Gonna now dive up.
Routing power to forward.
I like that Muma goes on Kariv because he's hacked. Kellex again, not with Kariv. So it's very rough for Kariv here. Like, Kariv gets hacked, there's nothing he can do, right? Like, he can try and, like, stop the hack with, like, hitting Dante, but it's so incredibly hard, right? Like, there's no way. I feel like Kellex should really big Kellex's armor pack count. He has 2. He has 2, but he doesn't even look back. You can armor pack through bubble, right? Yeah, you can.
Meteor strike.
Definitely be armor packing it. The Kellex guys too, and the fight's over, right? Like,
Don't mess with me.
ooh, I really feel like Kellex and Kariv not playing together lost them 2 fights, because honestly, if you are Kellex here and you are with Kariv and the Winston jumps up like that, you just boop him down, and then he can't get up for 6 more seconds. Like, there's no reason not to play with your Ana here as the Brig. Like, if he's here, he just boop Muma back, and then Muma would have to bubble like here or on the low ground. And then they'd be good, right? Alright. Yeah, armor packs are broken. Definitely. He's looking at Blase here. Blase's not the threat right now.
strike. Meteor strike.
Only hurt for a minute.
The
Brig's kind of
payload
broken
is
in general right now.
approaching its destination. وريهم قوتك.
And then Diva Bomb comes out from Nevix. I might go one trick Brig again in ranks. So fun. Especially when you play with like a Sama and just spam armor packer. But yeah, this fight's literally over. I don't know how Blase died, but it doesn't even matter. The both supports are dead, dude. No point in watching this, bro. It hurts. The Brig Anadua requires a shit ton of comps. Yeah, it does. But like, these high ground setups, they should be so common, right? Like, every team should do this. Like, it's not like they're rotating this somewhere and they got split in the middle and missed comps. It was just them not being set up. Like, even this first point, like, they need to always play together in
Apagando
like,
las luces.
maybe I feel like what Defiant has done is only played against the Mei Kree comp in scrims, right? And then you don't actually get punished for splitting from Kariv. But in the dive mirror, maybe they haven't scrimmed a lot of dive mirror. You need to play your supports together. Yeah. Outlaws clean up.
Nerf this.
Where he's finally back, but he dies again, you know. Everybody has to contest.
Come on.
With the bubbles OP. Meko pushes the Demon Bomb down, that's funny. And Outlaws win. That is how the Outlaws win. I feel like it wasn't even that much of the dive mirror. Like the points we saw in the dive mirror, Houston was dominant, right? But where we saw Houston mostly dominate was like after Kings Row when they started using their ults really aggressively. And Dante's Sama just seemed so oppressive to the Toronto Defiant. Like, especially when they were playing the May comps. Dante was finding like so many hacks each fight. So he's doing a really good job there. And honestly, I don't think that Toronto should have lost that King Drill. Like, there were a few sloppy mistakes. Same for Outlaws. Both teams didn't seem that good on the McCree. And then Outlaws just seemed really strong on the Sombra. Especially the Sombra Doom, because Blase is also a great Doom. And that comp just really fits the Outlaws. Because Muma's also better on the Winston than he is on the Rhine. And Raucus and Jexay actually play together pretty well. But for both teams, there's definitely a lot to work on. Anyway, thank you for watching this VOD review. And I'll see you guys in the next one.